Welcome to another Goat Locker Racing production brought to you by Gill Insurance Advisors. Insurance you can trust. Jam Printing and Promotions. Amp up your marketing. Tracks for Vets. Restoring purpose, hope, and community to our nation's heroes and their families. Travis Lee Creative. Dare to create. G2G Trailers. Offering solutions for your trailering needs nationwide. Let Chuck the Trailer Guy know Goat Locker Racing sent you. Now buckle up for exciting door-to-door action with the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. This is the King of the Goats 100 at Nashville Fairgrounds. Called the King of the Goats because we will be crowning a champion tonight. Final race of the inaugural season of the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. Right now we have two drivers that are in contention for this championship. Jonah Colbert and Trevor McManus, who trails by 13 points. Jamie up in the booth, and tonight we'll have Pat in the truck on the race from down there on the track. So buckle up, and hopefully we'll have a good one. What do you think, Pat?
Oh, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. This is my first time on this track. It is a cool little track, and I think it's going to provide for a lot of great door-to-door racing tonight.
Good. You look good in practice, so hopefully you get a good run in here tonight. We're going to see if we can quickly bring our two contenders up here and get some words from them before we kick this thing off tonight. Hey, Jonah, this is Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, we just went live with this. It's a championship night. Bar the points leader as we speak right now. Can you give us some quick thoughts on this race before we get started?
It's slicker than shit. I hope I can say that on broadcast.
Hey.
Other than that, it's a really fun track. It's got a little bit of a quirk to it, which I love. Tracks with quirks like this that are hard to drive, so I'm looking forward to it. Trevor running second in points. Hopefully I can keep him in my mirror all night. If not, then hopefully I can stick with him. So that's my goal.
Hey, all right, Jonah. Well, good luck to you tonight. Just the field is big enough that you have not mathematically locked this up. Trevor does still have a shot at you, so best of luck to you tonight, and go get him, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, good luck, Jonah.
Thanks.
And Trevor.
And I can wait the grid to give us a little more time.
Doesn't look like any of the Indy Auto Sports guys are in here, so unfortunately we won't be able to talk to the other half of this battle tonight. I'm sure Trevor is raring to go. I know earlier in the day he was talking about how nervous he was. I'm sure excited nervous, but still nervous just the same. So best of luck to you, Trevor, and hope you have a good run tonight, and I hope this comes down to a last lap finish. So as the drivers are gridding up, take a look at our starting grid here. On the pole. All right. My man, Cody McElwain, our Goat Locker Racing entry in the 6th truck, is on the pole. Lap of 19.261. Nice wrap there, Cody. Congratulations. His outside starts second. Number 25 from JC Motorsports, Eddie Smith. Starting third, his teammate, number 34, Jonah Colbert. Start fourth, number 87 from Indy Auto Sports, Joe Yakes. Starting fifth. And in second in the points coming into the night, number 9, Trevor McManus. Is outside, starting 6th, number 18 of Ryan Pendleton. Starting 7th, number 48, Andrew Kurtz. Starting 8th tonight, our very own 007, Patrick Drabick. Starting 9th, number 49, Scott Rankin. Starting 10th, number 10 of Mike Browning. Starting 10th, number 4, Mike Browning. Starting 11th, number 89 from Reaper Racing, Brandon Wallace. Starting 12th, another Goat Locker Racing entry to number 5, Alex Cruz. There's the page. There we go. Starting 13th, the number 61 from Salty Dog Motorsports, Jacob Ellingson. Outside, starting 14th, the number 14 of Tony Minton. Starting 15th, number 64, Matt Knights from Racing. And starting 16th, and 114 of Travis Beaver. Rounding out our field tonight, number 17 of Mike Bertosa. as the base truck is off, and we are underway here in the King of the Goats 100. Cody McElwain gets a good start. Jonah Colbert takes advantage and gets to the inside of the 25 truck as he tries to get around his teammate to take over second place. Gets a good run through the middle of 3 and 4 and closes up on Cody McElwain, but Cody's able to get a good run off and closes that off and maintains the lead. Ooh. Eddie Smith in the 25 takes a big run to the outside of Cody through 1 and 2. Once again, Cody's going to hold him off as he exits the corner. Going to continue to lead down into turns 3 and 4. Well, we're off to a good start. A lot of side-by-side action here. A lot of trucks running nose to tail. Going to have some intense racing here tonight, folks, at Nashville Fairgrounds.
Yeah, it's some tight racing out here on the track. Nobody's really getting away from anybody, and that high line's definitely the place to be to get the run off the corners. But this is some white-knuckled action right now.
See up front, the top 4 have kind of gotten in line, but the 18 truck of Ryan Pendleton is making his way through the field as he's door-to-door with Joe Yakes, running in that 5th spot. Ryan's trying to take it away. Looks like he's pretty fast and early going. Oh no, we got a wreck. It looks like Jonah Colbert possibly got into the back of Trevor McManus, turned him into his teammate, and we are under caution 5 laps into the King of the Goats 100.
That was only 5 laps?
25 laps.
It felt like a lot more than that. Woo!
If we can go back and take a look at what happened here. Jonah Colbert is all over the back bumper, and I'm not sure if that was actual contact or net code there. It was definitely close. It was close racing. Unfortunately, Trevor gets caught up in it, gets turned into the 25, Eddie Smith, and has heavy damage to that 9 truck. Under caution, lap 7 of 100. Cody McElwain continues to lead. Jonah Colbert is now sitting in second place with Ryan Pendleton rounding out the top 3.
Oh, and Cody's big blinked out there.
Did. Lost Cody.
And Cody has just disconnected.
Oh, wow.
What a bummer.
Tough break for Cody McElwain. Lose connection while he's leading the race.
Tough break. And if I can ask the broadcast booth, what kind of damage do you see on the right side of my truck?
That I see lots of damage to the right side. The spoiler is no longer straight. Front of the truck has got some significant damage to the right front of the tire. It has some aero issues. Not sure how big of a factor aero is here at this track. Definitely got some damage there. If it was me, I would probably ride it out right here and see what we got before make a trip down pit road.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of laps on these tires, and we want to go about 25 laps per set here, so a little early there. It's a short track, so I don't think aero's going to affect it a whole lot. The only thing that kind of concerns me is the spoiler, because as loose as these trucks are coming off the corner, losing any downforce on the back of it is not good.
Right, absolutely. And we've got a question coming in from the audience from Deviant Alley, sorry. See the T there? He's asking why there's nobody scrubbing the tires. Does that not work on iRacing? There's a lot of argument about that. There's one group of people say it does work, and then the other half say it doesn't do anything for it. I don't know which way I do it sometimes, but honestly, I'm really not expecting to get anything out of it. Sometimes I'm just doing it to work off some nerves before a big restart. I'm not going to say it doesn't work, but it's really probably not answering your question at all. I'm going to say it doesn't, but I haven't seen any evidence that it does. The lights are off on the pace car as we get formed up side by side here. Jonah Colbert will have control of this field, and he can start when now the pace car has cleared. Pace truck. Jonah Colbert is off. It's a good start. Ryan Pendleton, the 18, does stay close to him, but Jonah will clear going into turn 1. Hold on to this lead. I'm definitely seeing an assortment of braking points and entries into these corners from people. It really seems like there's varying degrees of how deep drivers are getting in. Some people are really driving in deep, where others are not going in as deep, but they do seem to be getting off the corner better than the ones that are driving in deep. But we will see how that pans out tonight with passing opportunities. Once again, the top 4 are kind of separating themselves from the pack. Got in single file. Everybody's kind of minding their manners right now.
Have I said that this truck is loose off the corners yet?
Well, I'm sure that's magnified with your spoiler damage there, so.
Woo!
Take a look at Trevor McManus. He was involved in the incident earlier. He has used his fast repair. Gonna have to keep an eye on Trevor. I'm sorry, I keep calling him. I don't know why I'm calling him Travis tonight, but definitely gonna keep an eye on Trevor. He has been fast. He was fast in practice. Trying to make his way around the 14 of Tony Minton. Trevor's definitely gonna be in a hurry to get himself back up front. Exactly, Mama Ellingson. Just like going through the grass to cool off tires. Don't know if it works, but when you see other people do it, kind of feel like you better do it too, or they're going to get something you're not. Speak of Joe Yates right now. He's also trying to make his way around Tony Minton. Joe is falling back 5 spots to the 9th position. Sure, Joe's just kind of biding his time right now, being patient. We'll probably hearing from him before this race is over. Eddie Smith in the 25. Looks like he also had to use a fast repair. Finds himself running right behind this duo. Gonna be looking to make his way back up to front as well.
I tell you, Jonah is just putting on a clinic right now.
Cody McElwain has made his way back into the race, so unfortunately it cost him the lead. Have to keep an eye on him. I'm not sure. Well, he is 3 laps down at the moment. Ready to complete 20 laps. Scheduled 100 here, and the King of the Goats 100. Back up to the here. Yes, Jonah has got himself out to a significant lead as he's holding a 2.3 second advantage over the 18 of Ryan Pendleton. I see Trevor McManus, man, he is a man on a mission as he has made his way already back into the top 3. Finds himself about 3.5 seconds behind Jonah Colbert. Gaining on him with each and every lap.
Yeah, a little fresher tires there for him since he had to come down and get repairs. So as he approached me, just let him go and let him get up there and fight for the lead here. Oh, geez. Have I mentioned this truck is loose?
Yes, you have.
Okay, good. Just double checking. Golly.
Mama Ellingson, I'm not sure why Jake is 5 laps down. I just realized that he was at this point. I did not see him involved in anything, so if you haven't heard any yelling on your end, honestly, you probably have more information on that than me.
He disconnected at the beginning of the race for some reason, and then was able to get right back in as we were on our second parade lap, so not sure what happened there, connection issue or something happened, but that's what's got him laps down right now.
Yes, he's now falling 6 laps down as we just saw Jonah Colbert make his way around one of Jake Ellingson. Sounds like he had some connection issues at the beginning of the race that cost him the start. Work our way through the field here as Trevor McManus has now made his way up to second position. Definitely closing the gap on Jonah Colbert. Gotten within 3 seconds. He's knocked nearly 6/10 off that lead. Again here on Ryan Pendleton, who's running solidly in the third position. If everything works the way we planned, starting next season, Ryan Pendleton will be driving a Goat Locker Racing truck, hopefully sponsored by Veterans 48.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to really developing that partnership. It'd be awesome to have Ryan on the team for sure. So, looking forward to all that come together in the off season here.
Again with you, Pat, running in the 4th spot. Looks like you've got a mirror full of Joe Yates in that 49.
Well, Scott Rankin in the 49,
sorry,
but yeah.
Scott Rankin, my bad.
It's all good, man.
You would think by now I would know who I was talking about. Looks like Scott's made his move to take that position from you.
Ooh, boy.
Uh-oh. Like you got a truck slow down on the bottom there.
Yeah, that kind of caught me off guard there a little bit, but Scott's working his way up through the field right now, and all I'm doing is getting ate up. I think the damage to this truck is definitely catching up to me.
You're still going to have to make a pit stop for fuel, so that fast repair.
Yeah, and right now I'm showing about 21 laps left of fuel, so this might be oddly enough at a short track like this that we're going to be making some sort of a green flag stop.
So far, everybody is minding their manners, so yeah, definitely could be seeing green flag stops for much longer. Got Rankin closes on back of Ryan Pendleton there. Scott's trying to make his way into the top 3. And Eddie Smith has had a nice rebound after an earlier incident that got caught up in. They got into the back of Trevor McManus. Eddie's rebounded and got that 25 truck working into the top 5 right now. Looking for more as he tried to make a move to the inside of Ryan Pendleton. I'm guessing Ryan has used up his stuff as both you and Eddie take him 3 wide.
That was definitely not the intent.
Hey, it makes for good TV. Everybody held it together. That's some good racing right there, fellas. Talk once again about Joe Yates, that 87 truck. Made his way up to 6th. Followed closely by his teammate Mike Browning in the number 4. The Auto Sports driver there. Ryan Pendleton continues to fall, falling all the way back to 8th place now. Guessing he has used that truck up, trying to keep up with Jonah Colbert. Again with Travis Beaver in the 114. He's under fire right now, or he's either making a pass. Yeah, it looks like he's clearing 48 of Andrew Kurtz. Take over that 9th spot. Kurtz now is going to find himself under fire from the 99 of Brandon Wallace, wanting to move that truck up into the top 10. See some damage on the right side, kind of similar to yours, Pat. Well, actually, Andrew's got damage to both the right and left side, as he's now going to take that spot back from Travis Beaver. Going to move Andrew back into 9th place. Now Brandon Wallace works to the inside of Travis Beaver. Again, trying to work his way into the top 10.
There are definitely some beat up trucks out here. Just getting passed by Eddie Smith, and he's got some left rear damage, and so there's some wounded vehicles out here for sure.
Now take a look at the 12th place spot of the Tony Minton in that 14, and our favorite Captain Crunch truck.
Oh yeah.
Nice solid run here for Tony tonight. He is the last car on the lead lap, 17 seconds back from our leader Jonah Colbert. Check in. 64 here. Matt 90's running 13th. Oh,
We got a wreck.
We got an incident. Yes. Cody McElwain has wrecked and has brought out the caution for the second time tonight.
Well,
take a look and see what happened to Cody here.
I don't think it's fast repair time.
Oh, Cody gets loose off of turn 4, turns him down into the retaining wall. And then that pushes him back up the track. Goes back up the track. He collects the 61 of Jake Ellingson. Man, just tough break for both of those guys tonight. Connection issues and now a wreck for both of them. It's going to make for some tough sledding. Get back to our leader here. Jonah Colbert has made his way down pit road. Take 4 tires here and some fuel. Try to get that 30 truck back out.
This is going to be the problem here. I bet you that pace truck comes around quickly.
All right, Jonah Colbert is the first one off pit road, followed by Trevor McManus. Scott Rankin. Joe Yates will beat out Mike Browning, followed by Eddie Smith.
Where is the pace truck? Oh, there it is. Got to go. Went ahead and decided to get some of the optional repairs done here.
Thank you, Glenda, for the well wishings. We appreciate it. Always nice to see you in here. Yeah, Deviant Alley, sometimes it really doesn't have a whole lot to do with anybody's internet per se. Sometimes it's just an iRacing issue. Just no rhyme or reason to it sometimes when people have connection issues. I know I've got a really solid internet here. Even I, from time to time, will have issues where I just get kicked out of a race, drops packets, whatever the case may be. It really just seems to be on the iRacing server side more than on personal internet server.
Yeah, a lot of times there isn't a rhyme or reason to it. I mean, a lot of it does have to do with your internet connection, but sometimes, like Jamie said, I mean, you just kind of get booted, and you're like, what happened?
Yeah, I kind of relate it as much as it sucks, because you kind of feel like that's one of those things that it shouldn't happen, but I equate it to real life mechanical issues. People blow motors, blow tires, lose transmissions, rear ends, whatever may happen at a real race. Those things happen in real life each and every week. So, it kind of just adds a little bit of realism, I guess, to what you face in racing. Yeah, you definitely got to hang on to those packets. Those are important.
And right now, I'm showing that everybody's going to have to make another trip down pit road because I'm showing about 9 laps short on fuel right now. So we'll have to see how that.
Well, pace truck is off. Jonah Colbert has control of this field. He is off. Trevor McManus hangs right with him. They will go into turn 1, nearly door to door. Jonah does get the advantage and is able to pull away, but Trevor McManus looks to make the move right back. He dives to the inside, and Jonah just kind of lets him go. I think that's a
whoa, Minton.
I think that's a sportsmanship move on Jonah's part. I'm sure Jonah probably feels bad for causing the issues to Trevor earlier in this race. I think he's just going to kind of let Trevor go right now, and they can fight it out a little. Get back underway. Got our top 4 running single file right now. Benton, Jonah Colbert, Joe Yates. As I said earlier, he looked like he was kind of biding his time, waiting to get his opportunity to be up front, and he is. Well, why we've got everybody kind of single file and close together. Give a shot at a crank it up here, folks. So if I blow your eardrums out, I do apologize in advance. Here we go. Crank it up.
Oh, here we go. Stretch.
Oh. I jinxed it with the crank it up. Like Mike Browning has crashed to bring out our yellow. Go back and take a look at what happened to Mike. Mike's inside. Got Ryan Pendleton goes to his inside. That's some net code there, folks. But then looked like some net code. There was space between the two of them, but you could see some damage pop up on the hood of Ryan Pendleton. No, they didn't actually touch. That turned Ford truck of Mike Browning, and then it does look like there was contact after that when Ryan just kind of finished him off, but there was nothing he could do. Mike was spinning down in front of him. Tough break for Mike Browning, and actually both of them will probably have some damage to the trucks. Mike says, well, that back end is, back end's got quite a bit of damage there. Unfortunately, I have to get that worked on. .52 of 100. We've gone just past the halfway point here. Trevor McManus continues to lead, followed closely by Jonah Colbert. Joe Yakes rounding out the top three. I'll be honest with you, I was kind of questioning your decision to not go ahead and get that fast repair done. The way this race had been going, to be honest with you, I wasn't sure you were going to get another shot. Use it if you didn't get it then, but this is a short track. Cautions do precautions. Might be the wise choice you just made to not use it. I thought you should.
Yeah, it was 38 seconds of optional, so 2 trips down pit road, and got it fixed up. So still got that in my pocket, and we'll see what happens.
Let's take a look at you and see how well the. Don't know if they really did you a whole lot of favors. I'll be honest with you. It looks like they just cut your the front off, so. The damage looks to be actually worse in front of your tire there than what it was. Might have got that spoiler straightened up a little bit for you, so maybe that'll help. I would suspect you've got more aero issues now than you probably had before they did those repairs for you. So.
Awesome work, guys. Awesome work.
Hey,
dang it.
Nothing but the best here at Goat Locker Racing.
We have to have a team meeting after this one.
And the lights are off on the pace truck. Field is forming back up 2 by 2. Once the pace truck pulls off, Trevor McManus will have control of this field. Start the race whenever he chooses after that point. I have noticed that everybody, well, really Jonah Colbert's been just about the only person to start a race here tonight, Cody did start the first one, but he had to wait till green. Trevor's going to get an early start. I was just getting ready to talk about that Jonah had been waiting almost to the green coming out before he making the start, but Trevor got it about middle of 3 and 4. He has taken that truck back to the point. It's cleared Jonah. Eddie Smith has now made his way around Joe Yakes to take over that 3rd spot. All right, we're going to give the crank it up one more try. If another yellow comes out, we are never doing this again, folks. But once again, hang on to your ears. We crank it up. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I could have probably watched the whole race doing that. That worked pretty cool. Hopefully we didn't blow anybody's eardrums out with that. I did give you warning. Get back to our leader here, Trevor McManus, followed closely by Jonah Colbert in that 34, loves truck. We've completed 61 laps here at the King of the Goats 100 from Nashville Fairgrounds. 38 laps remain on our quest for the championship here tonight. We will crown a champion at the end of this race, and going to come down to one of these two drivers right here, Trevor McManus or Jonah Colbert. Jonah does have a 13-point lead, so it's not impossible for Trevor to pull this off, but he is going to have Jonah have some significant issues here tonight, finish quite a bit worse than what he currently is. About how's that truck handling after those repairs got done? You better?
Doesn't feel much different. Seems to be handling just fine. So we'll have to see again how the tire wear goes and how it gets into the long run here. But it is a tough track to pass on, and you really got to set them up. So we'll see how it goes as we get a little bit deeper into the run here.
These top three right now have really separated themselves from the rest of the field. Top three are within 7/10 of each other. Fourth place Joe Yakes is back to 1.7 second disadvantage here. As we've seen all year long, it really has been, these two guys right here, Trevor McManus and Jonah Colbert especially, have really been the dominant drivers. They haven't necessarily won every race or led every lap, but week in and week out, they have found their way up to the front. I've just done a really great job. Eddie Smith has won several races. Cody McElwain's got a couple wins under his belt. But unfortunately for both of them, they each have missed a race. And what do we have, an 8-race season here for this first one? And it wasn't very
10.
long. Oh, it was 10? Okay, well, 10 races, and you miss one, and that doesn't help your cause any. So we'll see next season, which will start in September, will be a little bit longer season, and it will include a playoff system.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Looking to some of these off-season changes we're going to make. Bigger and better giveaways, new drivers to the roster, new schedule, and the playoffs. I mean, we're making some big changes here.
And starting next week, recruitment will be opening back up for the Goat Locker Truck Series. So we will be hosting some races between now and the season starting in September. So definitely please come back and join us on those nights for the recruitment races. Scope out the future talent for Goat Locker Racing. You never know. You guys that watch week in and week out might spot something me and Pat miss. You might see a guy that's doing really well that would be a good fit, and vice versa. You might see somebody that's done some stuff that we miss that just isn't a fit here. And I think everybody that watches this week knows what we expect out of our drivers. Yellow is back out. I see a big puff of smoke, but I don't see Jacob Ellingson has crashed. Did not see it. We'll take a look at it. Jacob all by himself has some damage to the back end of that truck, and it just gets loose off the corner. Around he goes, and it looks like he caught for Matt Knights as well. I guess Jake just decided quickly to just tow to the pit so that he didn't interfere with the leaders as they were quickly making their way to his accident spot. Well, Deviant Alley, right now, to be honest with you, want a true answer to that question, how many goats do we have in the locker? Right now, there's 3 of us.
Great question. Best question we've been asked ever.
Yeah, there's 3 goats in this locker right now. That, in fact, does make it a mess. Not that you probably really know what I'm talking about, but you asked a question, so I answered it. If you're really asking, I don't know how many people are part of the Goat Locker Racing team. Well, right now that would be 4, with a 5th one joining in September, which will be Ryan Pendleton.
And then don't forget about our 2 affiliate drivers, Dave Jones and Jake Ellington.
Sure. But now, if you're really asking a broader question about how many people are actually in the league, our number in the league is actually much more significant than what we seem to get week in and week out. We just don't have a lot of full-time drivers. We have a lot of guys that do pop in and race from time to time. Hopefully that'll change here in September. So we would like to get our numbers up. By really any stretch, what we want is a full field each and every week. Is that going to happen? Hopefully eventually. It hasn't. We haven't even come close to it. So yes, the roundabout way is, to answer your question, is not enough. Jake, yeah, I feel your frustration, man. It's been a rough night for you. Sorry you've had the bad luck here. I can't really speak on the track because I haven't ran on it. Pat said it's pretty neat, but I know it's tough when you're having a bad night. But that's how I felt about Darlington on Friday.
We got a couple different pit strategies going on here, and as Mike Browning and Brandon Wallace are on 2 tires, so we'll have to see how that kind of plays out. I think they did that to pick up some track position here, so I have to keep an eye on the 49 and the 89 and see how they do on those 2 tires.
What's your feelings on that? How's the track conditions? Do you think 2 tires is going to be doable?
Normally when you take 2 tires, it really kind of loosens the vehicle up.
Yep.
And we're already pretty loose here, so
yeah.
I'm thinking they're going to have a handful.
Okay. Definitely have to keep an eye on that.
And of course, I'm surrounded by both of them, so this should be fun.
And the pace truck is off. Jonah Colbert, who came off pit road with the lead, is now in control of this field. I hear you, Captain Deadpool. He's got his fingers crossed for Trevor McManus, because he's the only driver with the number 9 on his vehicle that he will support. Guess he's not a big Chase Elliott fan.
Guess not. And that's okay.
Wow, Trevor. Woo! Big move there by Eddie Smith to get in front of Joe Yates. Trevor McManus has once again taken over this lead, as now Joe Yates powers to the inside of Jonah Colbert, but Jonah's able to clear him as they look like they're heading down into turn 3.
And we are back under caution.
Okay, it looks like Travis Beaver, I'm not sure if he was one of the ones that took tires, but Travis Beaver has crashed. We'll take a look at that and see what happens. Travis Beaver in the 114 gets loose underneath the 18 of Ryan Pendleton. What a move by Tony Minton to avoid contact with him. So it did not really result in any other vehicles being involved other than the 114. Got loose on his own. Nice job again by Tony Minton. I'll be able to speak at some point tonight, I promise. Tony Minton did a great job avoiding that contact there and escapes any damage to his truck. Back under caution, we have 19 laps to go right now. I don't imagine we'll see any of the leaders making pit stops.
Everybody's got a good set of tires here. Has not too many green flag laps on them. Everybody's got more than enough fuel to make it to the end here. So, you won't see any of the leaders come back down pit road unless they get involved in some sort of accident. At least that's my plan for the rest of the race.
I hear you. And Deviant Alley, yeah, I don't know about that, about being aggressive there with the flag. I think that's going to be a caution every day. He was right in the middle of traffic, got loose. It was really just fortunate that Tony Minton was able to avoid him there, but I definitely think that was the right call by iRacing to throw that caution. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I misunderstood what you were saying, Deviant Alley. I wasn't really paying attention to the flag man, so yeah, I guess he probably was waving it really hard.
He enjoys his job.
Absolutely.
He does it with a lot of excitement and everything. So you definitely know what flag is out when you pass the flag stand.
And if we're being honest, the flag man has not gotten a whole lot of work this season in the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. These races have gone green, a lot of green flag racing in all these races this year. If I had to guess, without actually looking at the numbers, I doubt we average more than probably 3 cautions a race. And that's actually might be a little bit excessive calling it 3. And this is probably only the 3rd or 4th caution tonight. I mean, this is a short track, so we've had races go green from start to finish. So the flagman gets an opportunity in this series. He probably weighs it really hard. D. Roberts is in here once again, cheering on Tony Minton. Tony runs in the top 10 right now. Trevor McManus gets this race going again, gets a good start, clears Jonah Colbert easily and brings his teammate Joe Yakes along with him, and Joe is trying to squeeze, but Jonah gets a good run off of the top of turn 2. Joe's not giving up. He once again brings that truck to the inside through 3 and 4. Jonah gets that good run on the outside once again and clears him and holds on to second place as they head in the middle, 1 and 2. Oh, Joe gets turned. And we're back under caution. It looks like Eddie Smith helped Joe got him loose. We've got a mess. The big one has happened here at Nashville's Fairgrounds.
Yeah. It looked pretty bad in the rearview mirror.
Yeah,
so
Joe was doing everything he could to hold on to that truck. It finally broke loose on him completely, and by that time the field had caught up. We've got a lot of vehicles tore up here. Let me see if we can find it. And Tony Minton crashed the first one, but that is not true. Joe Yakes was definitely.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? And Tony Minton's just down on the bottom. Oh, well, he got help. Tony Minton got help first from Travis Beaver in the 114. That was all happening at the same time that Joe Yakes was getting loose. So kind of a simultaneous crashing going on. Get from another angle here. Mike Browning in the 4 truck. He sees, Mike Browning blipped out right as that was happening. Joe got loose. Scott Rankin, his teammate, got into him, and it just created a melee on the backstretch. We've got a lot of beat up trucks now. That's unfortunate. Just talking about how clean our racing's been.
Yeah, it looked like Joe was really trying to hold on to that truck as Eddie just gets into the back of him a little bit. I really thought Joe had that truck collected up, and then it just went sideways on him, and the field was coming. So tough break there.
Yeah. D. Roberts, no, Tony did not make it clear that time. He definitely has some damage. He is falling back. It looks like he's falling back to 13th right now. for everybody in the audience listening. Everybody's not aware. Following this race, after we do our post-race interviews, talk to our champion, all that, we'll take a short break, and then Pat and I will be right back. It'll be our first episode of Goat Talk. We're gonna give this a try. Kind of be like a podcast type thing. We'll break down all things Goat Locker Racing. Do race recaps for all of our races over the past week, including this one here tonight. We will have participation for those that choose to from the league in our Discord. So hopefully it'll be what I'm calling a semi-structured free-for-all. We'll say. Hopefully it will definitely not be kid-friendly. Do not bring your feelings to the table. As pace truck is off, we're getting ready to get back into racing here. Trevor McManus has the field, spins the tires a little bit, but gets a good start. He's going to clear Jonah Colbert heading into turn 1. Jonah Colbert now has got pressure from both Eddie Smith and you, Pat. Trying to push Jonah Colbert back to 4th place. Like you got that 07 truck wound up pretty good right now.
It's not too bad. It's a matter of how you get these restarts. I think Jonah just had a little bit of a tough restart there, and we were able to take advantage of it. And again, Jonah knows his position as well too. He's not going to push the issue too much. He knows finishing, top 5 guarantees him the championship.
And right before the restart, Mama Ellingson was asking for what your plan was going to be. I think I can kind of answer that for you. Get to the front, it looks like. You kind of got out of there like a bullet out of a gun.
Yeah, we're going to see what we can do here. I don't think I have anything. I haven't been one of the faster trucks out here tonight, so we'll see if we can mix it up, or if these top 2 mix it up. I mean, we're sitting in a good spot if that ends up happening.
We got 5 laps to go here in the King of Goats 100, and Trevor McManus is still at the point. He has been a man on the mission since the earlier incident. We are back under caution again. Not sure what happened, but that is going to put us probably in a green-white checkered situation here to finish off this race. Looks like Travis Beaver has crashed. Take a look at that.
He is having one tough of it. Oh, and the pace truck is just hauling butt around here.
Once again, we've seen it several times tonight, not just from Travis, but from several drivers. That exit off of turn 2 must be really slippery, because he just got loose and put it right into the inside retaining wall.
Turn 2 is a little bit tricky, depending on what type of a line that you're running. There is a lot of banking in that corner, but it falls off very, very quickly. So if you're down low, it will push. Had to sneeze. It will tend to push that truck out, and if you try to catch it, it will snap loose on you. So it is a fun little track. Like Jonah was saying at the beginning of the race, it's got its quirks to it, which kind of makes it fun. Each corner drives a little bit different there, but it's interesting here in turn 2 how it flattens out so quickly and will start to push you out to the outside wall.
All right. Yeah, Mama Ellingson says she needs to break out the swear jar.
Oh.
I won't finish the rest of that since I thought that was supposed to be a secret. But she's going to bust out the swear jar. Yeah, probably a good idea, because I'm going to tell you right now, we'll be talking about Darlington from the Goat Locker Racing Extreme Xfinity Series race Friday night. So there'll be some cussing about that. And then we'll also be talking about Bristol from the Rebels Truck Series. So there will be.
I don't want to talk about that.
There will be some angry cussing when we get to that.
I don't want to talk about that.
well, whether we want to or not, we're going to. So
dang it.
Definitely, everybody 18 and older wants to hang out with us, feel free. I'm sure there will be some making fun of people. There will be Oh, yeah, a lot of making fun of us. That's okay.
Well, we're going to see what we got going on here tonight. Is Eddie Smith really is going to have the catbird seat here on that outside line, and Trevor McManus obviously gets to call when this thing restarts. Yeah, that's a word. But Eddie Smith is very, very good on these restarts as well. So I'm curious to see how these two race it out here a little bit, and I'm curious to see what Jonah does as well. Because I'm not going to lie, I'd like to get a podium finish tonight.
Hey, that would be nice. Nice little feather in your caps. And Trevor McManus gets a good start here. I kind of fell asleep that the pace truck pulled off. 2 laps to go here in the King of Goats 100. Trevor McManus has got that 9 truck into the lead. Being stalked by Eddie Smith in that 25. Jonah Colbert now makes a move to your inside, trying to move into the top 3. I don't think Trevor McManus is going to give Eddie Smith even an opportunity as we are on the final lap here. The white flag is out. Coming off of turn 2, Trevor McManus just pulls away 25 of Eddie Smith through the middle of 3 and 4. Off of 4, the checker flag is out, and Trevor McManus wins the King of the Goats 100. But Jonah Colbert will be our Season 1 champion of the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. Congratulations to both of those drivers. Trevor McManus drove his heart out tonight. Covered nicely from the early incident. I know Jonah definitely did not try to get into the back of him at all. We all know Jonah well enough to know that he probably felt terrible when that happened, but no harm, no foul. Trevor McManus has brought his way back to the lead and has won this race here tonight. Congratulations, Trevor. Gonna burn it down here for a minute. Watch him do that. Give him time to make his way over to the waiting room, because whatever reason, the Indy Autosports guys just don't like to do their chat inside Goat Locker Racing. Our Discord, that's okay. They can chat wherever they want to. Up has commenced. Like almost all the Indy Autosports guys, except Mike Browning. I don't know if Mike disconnected.
I am out of truck. It has blown up. I can no longer wreck any other people.
All
right. Too much fun though. Too much fun. What a great finish to the season for sure.
Absolutely. Got some way to turn that off. Here. All right. We have Trevor. We'll save Jonah Colbert for last, so bring Trevor up here and talk to our race winner. Hey, Trevor. This is Jamie and Pat up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, man. Yep. I sure do.
Well, man, look. Hey, you are the race winner here, the King of Goats 100. When Jonah were battling it out for the championship, you needed Jonah to have worse night than what he did. But hey, man, you won this race. Oh, I know there was that issue earlier on, but you recovered nicely. Take us through your race, my man.
Yeah, that issue early on. I thought I was done. Oh man, what a race, dude. I'll try not to be too long. I'm pretty pumped I won. These past 3 weeks have been awesome. This Indy Autosport team finally came together, and we've been clicking off the wins. Just when I got hit and had to use my fast repair, it was kind of just try to get up as fast as I could, and I kind of cleared, got the second. Didn't know if I was running faster than Jonah or not, but that caution came out, and I just sent her every lap. You know, what are you going to do? Go big or go home, right?
Oh, yeah, I mean, catch your breath. I mean, yeah, get that, get into that early incident there, be able to recover from it. I mean, I know when you came up through the field and passed me, you were definitely a man on the mission. So, through coming up through the field and all that, did you have any challenges getting up through the field? And how was your truck handling tonight, especially, on those older tires?
Loose.
Yeah.
You were there, it was fun. That's the kind of racing I like to do. I like the fun, loose, drive it style racing. Seat of your pants, throttle control, almost dirt tracking on asphalt type thing. But coming up through the field, I don't want to say it was easy, but I think the field had a lot of respect knowing what was going into this race between me and Jonah. So I know a lot of my team was like, just take it. You got to go get the championship. I feel like a lot of the other drivers maybe were just, seeing I was faster, so they just let me by knowing what was on the line. If that's the case, thank you so much, everybody in Goat Locker Racing. I love this league. I really do. I love the people here. Can't say anything bad about anybody, really.
Aw, that's the nicest thing you've ever said. Thanks, Trevor.
Except for you.
There we go. I was waiting. But man,
even you, man. I mean, you gave me room. Like, I appreciate it. Seriously.
You guys, you had a great season. That's your second win here on the season, man. So off season coming up here and all that other kind of fun stuff. So what are some of your plans in the off season? And do we expect to see you back next year?
Yeah, I'll be back. I can't give up, man. I was so close to winning. I feel like I should have won the championship. A couple races, Pocono, Texas, Darlington. If I would have just had decent finishes there, I feel like I could have won this. So, I'm not going to give up. My team won't let me give up. They didn't let me give up weeks ago when I thought I was out of it. Off season, probably recuperate. I do a lot of RC car stuff now, so I'll probably be out RC car and working, visiting time with the family. Yeah, just enjoying it. Do the recruitment races if you guys hold them, and supporting the league any way I can. Really.
All right, Trevor. Well, again, man, congratulations on the win and a fantastic season. Finished second in the points.
It was a good season, Jamie.
Yeah,
not fantastic.
It was fun to watch. Sure, you guys really put a good show on each and every week. We were making a joke about the flag man being really aggressive, waving the flag tonight, and I said, well, he don't get a lot of work in the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series because we don't have a whole lot of cautions here. You guys did a great job each and every week. So I'm really looking forward to season 2. It's going to be bigger and better than this year has been. We're going to have a playoffs next year, so that's going to really amp the drama up. And
if we had a 3-week playoff, I think I would have won.
So that's what we're going to have next year. And Trevor, again, man, congratulations, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Patrick. Indy Auto Sport, Martin Sports, my wife, my family, my friends, everybody out there that supports me and what I love to do. Appreciate all of you and all of them, the police, the firefighters, military service, first responders, keeping us safe. And Goat Locker Racing, man, you guys are phenomenal. You do a great job. I'll be watching this race tonight, see how much crap you guys talked about me, but I like it. I take it all day long at work. I'll take it here too.
All right, my man. Well, I won't delete it this week, but if I do, remember it is on YouTube as well, so you can catch it there. So, all right, Trevor, you have a good night, man.
Hey, I'll see you guys after you guys do your other ones. I'll be back for the podcast, but I'm gonna go celebrate with the team for a little bit here.
Sounds good,
awesome, man.
All right.
Hey, see you guys.
All right, bye. All right, Eddie Smith. Let's get Eddie Smith up here. Second place finisher tonight. Hey, feller. This is Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, man. Wanted to take the wind out of your sails there with that. So, man, hey, good, strong second place finish here tonight. Probably wanted to have a win, but Can't be too upset with second place. How about you take us through your race?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like that combo. That's a pretty fun combo. So I was excited to get in and race it up, and I got plenty of opportunities to race, going from the getting in that early wreck and having to go to the back and come back through the field a little bit. Had a really good time racing, folks. So yeah, I mean, I can't be upset about second place. My teammate wins the championship. It's hard to not much to complain about. So.
Well, I know it was a lot of fun watching you all throughout the season, and then a couple of races that I got the chance to get behind the wheel of the truck and get out there and race with you and all that. We had some fun battles out there tonight. So, what was your thoughts with the track? I know we've heard a lot of guys talk about it. It was really loose. I know there was a lot of throttle control behind it in different lines. So, kind of take me through the line you were utilizing and how your truck was handling.
For me, it was just managing the bumps. The bumps are so bad that if you didn't wait on them, if you try to get on throttle too soon and you hit those bumps, it would just throw you to the outside wall. So it was it's like a big game of patience, where you just had to just wait on it, get a run off the corner, not slide the tires. The tire wear really wasn't that bad, but I would, if I was by myself, I would enter into the middle line and try to cut the corner off the turn. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I ever felt really good with the line. I felt good by myself, but in traffic, it was really hard to figure out, where would be a good spot to pass folks, because trying to get a run on somebody was just impossible. The bumps would just move you out of the groove. So I don't know. Just trying to be patient, wait for guys to make mistakes, and then hopefully that you have enough speed to get them before you have to come off the corner because it was so tight. So I don't know. I feel like I had a lot left to try to learn on that track.
All right, Eddie, man. Again, congratulations on this nice second place finish and a great season for you. I know you think you missed a couple races, right? And that pretty much took you out of contention.
Yeah, I just had to miss one race, but that's okay, man.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind. My teammate won. That's just as good as me winning.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for him. This is his night and Trevor's night. So, I've had plenty. So I'm excited to move out of the way and let them enjoy it, man. They deserved it. Just congratulations again to my teammate for putting a hell of a season together. Thank y'all very much, man. I can't tell you how much fun I've had here. Just getting to know y'all and getting to know the people in the league and in the Rebel. It's been great. I think it was a hell of a first season. Lots of drama, lots of back and forth, changes in point standings, and I don't think it could have gotten much better than that. So I just want to thank y'all very much for putting this on. I know a lot of work goes into this, and I don't think that should go unnoticed. Y'all deserve a lot of credit. It's been a lot of fun. So thanks, y'all.
Well, we appreciate that, Eddie, and man, we look forward to having you back out here for season 2. Like I told Trevor, it's going to be bigger and better than season 1 was. We will have playoffs in season 2, so a little bit longer season also, but not too crazy. We're gonna be like Dream Xfinity, racing for a year and a half to crown a champion. But but yeah, it will be longer. So recruitment races will be starting up next week. Obviously, you don't have to be there, but if you want to be there, we'd definitely love to have you out here. So we'll be talking to you soon, my man.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right.
Take care, buddy. And let's talk to our third place finisher,
Absolutely.
Pat Drabick.
All right, Pat.
What's up?
You got a copy.
I do.
Take us through your race.
Well, I'm telling you, Jamie, that Jam Promotions Gill Insurance Advisors truck, man, it was a little loose, coming through the corners and all that. Definitely wasn't one of the fastest trucks out there, but had a hell of a driver behind the wheel. And, man, we brought home that podium finish tonight for Goat Locker Racing.
Man, I think if you'd had a little bit better pit crew down there that could work on the truck better, you might have actually come out with the win. Did you ever use that fast repair?
I did. I did on that last pit stop to get it. I don't know that. No, I don't think I would have came away with the win. I think I probably overachieved where I thought I was going to be. I raced Jonah a little bit hard there. I mean, I wanted to finish on a podium finish, but Jonah was definitely class of the field tonight, and guys were definitely faster than me. But right time, right place. Didn't really get wrapped up in the big wrecks, and I'm super happy to bring home a podium finish in our series. So it doesn't get much cooler than that, man.
Absolutely. And you did a great job. Represented Goat Locker Racing very well tonight. In fact, you were the highest finisher for Goat Locker Racing. Both Alex Cruz and Cody McElwain had their share of issues. Cody actually finished the race dead last, 6 to 8 laps down after all the connection problems and the accident he had. So that is definitely a un-Cody McElwain type race. That's okay. So well, you got all the sponsors in there on that. So I tell you what, let's get Jonah up here. He's our champion. This night's about him. He's probably been biting at the bits in the waiting room. Let's move him on up here and hear from our champ. Hey, champ, this is Jamie and Pat up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, fellers.
Hey, feller. You are the champion, feller. How's that feel?
That's pretty dang good.
All right, man. Hey, 10 race season. Not the longest it's ever been, but 10 races to get to this championship. How'd the season go? Obviously, the season went well, but what did it take to get to this point?
Man, the last 3 weeks felt like 3 months. I'll tell you, it was dragging on. It seemed like I just wanted to get in the truck and drive. Had a good battle with Eddie throughout the season up until he had to miss Charlotte. So I guess my first shout out should be to Eddie for missing Charlotte. Thanks, teammate. But
nice.
Other than that, man, I was committed to running pretty aggressive the last 3 races. I didn't want to race not to lose and end up throwing it in the in the dirt. But had a unfortunate mistake at Charlotte, and Trevor wins that one, and then Watkins Glen is not my strongest suit, and I was just hoping to finish in the top 5. I got 6th, and that was a pretty decent finish. And then tonight, it was just trying to stay clean, and then early in the race, I accidentally got into Trevor. It was totally incidental. I mean, I barely touched him, and I felt so bad for that. So when he got back to me, I was like, man, I'm not even going to race him. I'm just going to let him have it if he's faster and just try to hold on. And it seemed like when I was trying to hold on there at the end, everybody was coming. So, man, it was a hard fought season for sure. I mean, it was ups and downs. The win at Talladega and Texas, and then the races at Bristol and Charlotte are ones I want to quickly forget. But all in all, it was a fun season, man. A lot of good drivers in this league. Shout out to Trevor. I mean, he's a heck of a driver, and even whenever he got down, man, he just came right back up to the field, and he definitely earned that tonight. So, congrats to him on that win.
Yeah, Jenna, it was a lot of fun tonight. Definitely had some fun racing with you. I know we were racing pretty hard, those last few laps there. I tell you, I wanted a podium finish tonight. So,
It was funny whenever we were side by side. We came on the final lap. We came off 2, and you kind of pinched me a little low, and I yelled at Eddie. I said, "Hey, that's my damn move. What's he doing?"
I'm like, I'm not giving up this podium. I want to get interviewed after the race. I wanted to get interviewed.
That's what I said. I told Eddie, I was like, man, I want to get an interview. He's like, shut up. You're going to win the championship. I was like, oh,
yeah. See, you had your time. That was my time.
Hey, look, it wasn't the interview for Pat. I'm going to tell you right now, he just wanted to put his own truck on the graphic at the end. That's what it was really about.
He wants to be on the picture. That's what
right.
It is.
That's right.
He wants to be on the podium picture.
I make the graphics. At least one time I get my truck on there.
Well, no, it was fun racing you side by side, man. I was smiling the whole time. I was like, man, as long as we don't wreck, this is going to be awesome.
No, but Champ, I mean, congratulations on a hell of a season, man. We raced together in a few different series, and it's always a good time. Man, you really seemed, when you were out front during that first run, I mean, you were really gapping the field there. You really seemed to figure this track out a little bit. So what were some of the things that you were doing inside that truck to really be able to get it to hook up off those corners and really, I mean, class of the field here tonight?
I was really diamonding it. I was driving it in pretty hard. So the start of the race is kind of what started all that, which was Trevor was behind me, and I saw he was driving it in real deep and getting right up on my bumper. And so I let him go because I thought I was braking too early, and I didn't want him to accidentally get into me. So I was like, I'll just let him go. And then I was going to try to follow him, and that's when I bumped him on accident. And then so from there on out, I was like, okay, I think driving it in deeper is the way to go, because whenever I was braking early, I was getting on the throttle too soon, and the truck would either get real tight or real loose, and it was hell off the corner. So I decided I was just going to drive it in as deep as I could and kind of diamond it, and then drive it off low, and it seemed to work, because I mean, then you had to wait to get back on the throttle, and it seemed to work. But once Trevor caught me, like I said, I wasn't going to fight him too hard, because I was just racing for points. So.
All right, Jonah. Well, man, can't say it enough. Congratulations. You are the first champion in Goat Locker Racing. So no one can ever take that away from you. You'll always be the first. Yeah, that great season. So at last, anybody you need to thank, shout out, sponsors?
Yeah, man. Just give a shout out to JC Race Graphics, a little project side business I started and kind of grew with the exposure from these broadcasts and sponsors on cars and stuff. Give a shout out to JC Motorsports, my teammate Eddie Smith. Like I said, he races with me every week in just about every series, and he's pretty much taught me everything I know. He's been a good mentor, and he's been there to help me along the way. Couldn't have done it without him. So give a shout out to Goat Locker Racing, man. You guys put on a great series, a great broadcast, all of the above, man. You guys y'all do an awesome job, and I can't say enough about you guys. And then personally, thanks to Jamie and Pat. I mean, I know y'all are Goat Locker, but as individuals, you guys are awesome. You guys served our country, and I respect the hell out of that, and I appreciate everything that y'all done. And then just all the other drivers in the league, man. Everybody raced so clean. Even Trevor, like I said, we had a couple of run-ins this season, but he didn't let it get him down. And, Eddie Smith, he's always up front and always running. So it's been awesome, man. I appreciate everything that everybody's done. So.
All right, Jonah, we'll get out there, crack a beer, crack a whatever the heck you want to celebrate this championship. Proud to have you be our first season champion. So get out there and have some fun, and then hopefully we'll see you here in a little while, and we jump back on to, I don't know, do a little bit of, what'd you call it, Jimmy? Goat talk?
Goat talk.
Goat talk.
Oh, boy. Yeah, this is going to get weird.
Yeah. Hopefully it gets weird. Hopefully it gets funny. I don't know. Maybe it won't be worth a damn. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah. All right, man. Jonah, we'll talk to you here in a few minutes.
All right. I'll take it easy.
Lady, brother.
See ya.
All right, Pat. Well, that's a wrap here from Nashville Fairgrounds and from season 1. I don't think we could have asked for a better race to finish this thing off. Short track racing, saw some cautions, but overall, a lot of green flag laps here tonight. Tough little short track in Nashville, and I tell you, I'm hearing everybody talking about having to be patient with getting off the corners before you get into the gas. Same thing with its bigger brother over there in Nashville Superspeedway. Same things you got to do there. You got to wait a long time to get back on the gas, a lot longer than you think you have to. So wow, it's good. Kind of impressive that both these tracks, even though they're not different shapes and sizes, still race pretty similar. So I thought it was a great show. It looked like everybody in chat was having a good time with it. I had a lot of support for these drivers out here tonight. So any last thoughts?
Yeah, Jamie, I just reiterate exactly what you just said. What a great season. From starting from scratch and everything that we've done with Goat Locker to the core group of drivers that we have had here in this series, from the Jonah Colberts to Eddie Smith to Ryan Pendleton, looking forward to signing him on next season, to the Indy Auto Sports guys, Joe Yakes and Mike Browning and Trevor McManus. I mean, there's been a great core group of drivers here. A lot of support all across the board from everybody at the original Rebels Racing League as well, from Matt Geis and all he does, and Logan Sturgeon, and we've had some of those guys come over here and race as well. So I am just fired up and ready for what we build for season 2. I cannot wait to kind of get that kicked off and ready to go, but we'll take some time here over the next couple of weeks and sort some things out, and get some new drivers in here. But congratulations to our champ, Jonah Colbert. What a hell of a job, and he's done all season long. And to his team, JC, Motorsports and all that, man. Couldn't be happier, Jamie. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. So, again, this is a wrap for season 1. Appreciate everybody that's been out here and supported us all season long. These drivers have all got their little followings that show up each and every week to support them. That supports us, so we really appreciate that. Hopefully, you guys will stick around with us too. Come on out for these recruitment races coming up here and starting next week. So, from both Pat and I here at Goat Locker Racing, greatly appreciate everyone involved in this. See you again soon. Night.
drink real quick.
Who said
I need to
that?
celebrate.
Ooh.
All right, well, going on.
That's a half a peace sign.
Wouldn't you know it? We are back live here on Go Locker Racing. It's going to be the first episode of Goat Talk. Call it an episode. A semi-structured kind of free-for-all here. It's probably going to drive Scott Rankin crazy because I know he was hitting me up early today and he wanted to do all this planning and all this stuff, laying it out. And I was like, Scott, we're not going to plan this right now. Going down the road, maybe we do that, but tonight, not going to be a whole lot of planning. I wanted it to be fun and just everybody say what you want to say. Anybody that's watching has questions, fire them out and we'll answer them. I don't know why my camera is not working. Kind of irritating me right now.
That's probably for the best for all of us.
Probably. Pat's is working, mine's not. So
Jamie, I'm really surprised that you can't get something working.
You think?
Real surprise.
As many problems as I have, it's like a freaking monkey fucking a football every damn week when I have to do this crap by myself when Pat's gone or whatever. Even tonight, I don't know. It wasn't too bad tonight. I didn't really fumble around too much. Probably didn't change camera angles all that much. People were probably bored of watching the same crap the whole damn time. But we did pull off a crank it up tonight that I thought worked pretty well.
It did. Did
y'all hear it?
I enjoyed it while I was in the pits.
All right. Was it too loud?
No, it was good.
Good. All right, cool. We had that track had a good static camera that really set up for that really well. So now that I can actually control the volume from gameplay separately from regular just desktop audio where Discord's coming from, that allowed me to be able to control that volume a little better. So that was the first time we did it. Now, the first attempt at it, it brought out a caution. So we tried it again after that on that restart, and I said if it brings out another one, we'll never do it again. So I'm glad to hear it went well. So anybody got any thoughts about season, about the race tonight?
Yeah, Jonah
tell Trevor
sucks.
to put some clothes on.
Yeah, that's
you want
Put a
this?
shirt on, dude.
You want this?
No.
Can I get it? I'm getting turned on.
Oh,
Really?
Lord.
Well, that's why I did it.
That's
I didn't
Well,
think
Jamie did say we were busting on people, so
I don't even. That's gross.
My goodness.
He said that's gross.
I almost want to
thanks,
take my
Pat.
shirt off now.
Thanks,
Is this like dance off, pants off, or something?
Hey, look at that. Damn, them some guns. Those legal? Those legal?
Oh, they're pretty legal. They're old as shit and they don't function very well. Yeah.
Not in my
Don't even
country.
need a license for them. They're so fucking old.
From what I heard, that sounds like Jamie.
Hey, show them your show them your scar, Pat.
You mean? I don't know if you could.
It's too
Jeez.
bright.
What's that, from the implants?
Well, see what happened was Pat freaking fashioned himself as being like a talented softball player.
Oh,
And,
good Lord. Here we go.
He tried to dang rob a home run, and when he jumped,
I did.
Okay, well, all right.
I caught it.
He jumped up, and it was a chain link fence.
Oh,
It was probably about
no.
6 feet up, something like that. Probably,
Yeah.
Yeah. So he jumps up, and the dang top of that fence went through his arm.
So you got, you
yeah.
got jumped, huh?
So we had to.
I thought you were white.
This was a long time ago, my
Yeah,
friend.
it was-
A long time ago.
So we had to lift him up. We had to lift him up to get him up off the fence, get that thing out through his arm. Luckily, the hospital was right on the other side of the field. So then we just kind of walked him down the little hill to the hospital. And everything was cool. I was cool with everything, man. I mean, he was bleeding a little bit, but it wasn't that bad. It was all good until I'm sitting there in the dang room with him, and the freaking nurse starts irrigating that damn thing, and she's shooting water in one side of his arm, and it's flying out the other. I was like,
Oh,
like,
nice.
oh, man, I can't take
Nice.
this no more.
Oh, that sounds tasty.
Yeah, it does. Now I'm gonna give me a tuna sandwich just after that story. I
And,
get an appetite.
And
Poor
tonight
Jamie's like,
on,
I'm tapping out, man. I gotta go. I'm like, damn, man.
tonight on MasterChef America,
And so that ended your softball career, and you took up sim racing, right?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, pretty much. A few stitches later, all that other kind of fun stuff. But you left out the best part of that story, Jamie, is as we were walking over to the hospital, and this was over in Sigonella, Sicily. So this was 20-something years ago.
About 25.
I started getting a little woozy, so I kind of laid down on the front lawn, and Jamie went in to get, ER people or whatever, and the first person out the door is like some pregnant nurse. I mean, like super pregnant. And I'm sitting there laying on the grass, and I'm like, how are you the first person out the door? How did you beat everybody else out? What the hell's going on here?
Oh.
Trying to. The waddler made it first.
So. But luckily, that's the left arm. I still can use my shifter and all that other fun stuff. So we're good to go.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
Me too.
Nah.
Me too. I thought that was going to take a hard left turn.
Yeah.
Well, it's not hard yet, Jake. It's not hard yet.
Night.
My only comment on that
make it
is
right
that-
outside the gate to the Irish bar.
Oh, no.
only comment on that is you guys in softball, or baseball, etc. You use a mitt. Us cricketers over here, ball's harder, comes just as
Oh,
fast.
here we go.
No gloves, no nothing.
That sounds like a lot of pregnant people.
Yeah, but it also flies in like a different direction or some shit too, right? Because of
Yeah, the ball
Southern
swings.
Him.
The ball.
Yeah.
So no. So there's actually like the seam that's stitched in. So you got baseballs. It's more like a tennis ball pattern where you got the stitching that goes around in that sort of a U shape. Cricket ball is just two hemispheres on the ball itself with a stitched seam, and the seam itself is raised. But that's actually part of the game because if you hit that seam, so the other thing about cricket is generally you want to bounce the ball before it gets to the batsman. So if it hits that seam, it'll move.
This is a sim racing podcast. We're over here.
Are we talking about cricket? Oh, my bad.
And then
This is why Scott
shine the
wanted to
ball as
plan
well.
it. He wanted to plan cricket in there.
a whole list of cricket topics.
Can you write that down? Next
I'm
episode.
pretty sure
cricket
Go
talk?
Locker just lost 14 subscribers.
Yeah, I think we just did. Jamie, are you keeping a ticker on this? I think we're losing people.
No, we're not, man. That's cool. I like it. I like it. You know what? I was in. I spent a short time. Well, probably about 5 or 6 months. My first job when I retired, I actually ended up over in Saudi Arabia, and wasn't a whole lot on TV. And so one of the things, come on, I guess over in India, I get Scott. You can probably tell me more about this, but it seems like every so many years or whatever, there's a big cricket thing that goes on over there. Kind of like a World Cup of like cricket or something. I know it was like some big thing that was going on, and that was on TV a lot. So I kind of watched quite a bit of that.
How long ago was it?
It was in 2012.
It was probably the Indian Premier League. Cricket is basically like an Indian religion. You have your regular religion, and then cricket's like your secondary religion. So they worship cricket over there.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty cool. I mean, a lot of it's similar to baseball. The swing is really pretty similar to baseball, although that bat's flat. So I mean, come on.
There's a lot more technique with how you balance and whatnot as well, because with cricket, you're actually a baseball batter. You're generally standing still and you're just swinging and positioning yourself and changing your body weight based around the swing. Cricket, you've actually got to move towards the ball.
Oh, we're still on cricket? We're still talking cricket?
Yeah, we're still talking cricket.
Well, here in the United States, we worship Eddie Smith because he's just the best.
I mean,
I just don't
Travis
understand
didn't say that this
why
season.
why is Scott's camera not upside down? That's what I don't understand.
It's like, all right, I'll fix it
Perfect.
for you.
All right, yeah.
That's better. That's physics right there.
Perfect.
Yeah, now we all feel better about ourselves.
Everything's right.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's kick off the first recap for the week. That'll be the Goat Locker Racing Extreme Xfinity Series. We race on Friday evenings over with the original Rebels Racing League.
What time?
That race kicks off at 8 Eastern.
Oh man.
Yes, 8.
We were just
8
talking about an Xfinity, wanting to try to find an Xfinity league. First one you talk about?
No.
Eastern. No.
You said no.
What happened? No. What happened?
There's already an Indy Motorsports there. Sorry, guys, you can't.
That's fine. We're Indy Autosport, so
Shit.
Yeah.
you fucked that one up.
technicality. Got
You
me on a
messed that one up.
technicality.
Yeah.
Oh,
but-
man, well, hey, I mean, we're in the final. We just started round 2 of the playoffs last week. That was the first race of the second round. So we got 3 more races really to play off. Third being the championship race, and then 3 will be kicking off. Probably not too much longer after that. So definitely, if you guys are interested, we'll get you information. Like I said, it kicks off at 8 Eastern on Fridays. Hour beforehand, get an hour of practice before that. Fixed setups. Weather. They try to make the track temps, I think, kind of cool. Something. I don't know that really makes a big difference. But I mean, it's a good league. Really, similar to what we do here. Good group of guys in it. They get bigger fields than we're getting here. That's for sure. But really good competition. Eddie kicks the crap out of us every week there, just like he does here. So, it's all pretty much the same.
Oh, so he needs Indy Autosport to come over there.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, we need more backfillers. That's true.
I need more fresh meat.
Oh
Yeah. We need more backfillers back there. Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Yeah, the back markers are getting lonely, so
Yeah.
they all fit in real nice.
Hey, even fat chicks need loving too. So
That's true.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm the guy for that. I'll tell you that right.
Anyone has seen a picture of Trevor's wife?
Scott.
She's smoking. She's
Yeah, man.
Eddie's
Freaking-
trying to
you
pick it
wouldn't
up
think
right
so
now.
of my
Trevor-
ugly ass.
Trevor is hitting above his batting average there. So,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah. But anyways, all right, back to the recap. So Friday night's race, it was the first race of the second round of the playoffs. Going into it was 100 laps at Darlington. And I'm going to tell you what, that was the most miserable 100 laps I think I've ever spent in a car.
No, I was driving good.
That
Shut your mouth.
setup was terrible from the drop of the green flag to the end. For the race, we had 1 caution out of that 100 laps. We had 1 caution for 4 laps. Top 3 finishers. Jonah Colbert was the race winner. Boo! I came in second, and Pat came in third.
Oh, good job.
Jonah punched his ticket to the championship race at Phoenix coming up here in 3 weeks. So,
Congratulations.
Pat and I still got to fight our way to be in that top 4 going into Phoenix. Pretty sure we can do it. Hopefully, we got Talladega tomorrow night. Already worked out a deal with our JC Motorsports brethren here. They're going to work with us, so hopefully we get a good finish there tomorrow night. But yeah, we had our award winners. Our Geist Escorts Pole Award goes to Eddie Smith. Congratulations there, Eddie.
That doesn't
Thank you.
surprise me.
The fastest lap goes to me. We'll call that the Jam Printing and Promotions fastest laps. And
He rode the wall the whole lap too.
yeah, well, actually, that was after that. That was the last lap, man. That was lap 99 when I was trying to catch you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I did have the fastest lap of the race. The Jam Printing Promotions fastest lap award there. Let's see. The Travis Lee Creative Hard Charger Award went to Michael Kostick. Moved up 7 spots to finish 4th. I'm sorry. Went up 7 spots to finish 7th. He started 14th, finished 7th. And I missed the Hard Luck Award, the Deal Insurance Advisors Hard Luck Award for that race. I didn't catch that one. But we had 21 drivers taking the green flag. So it was a decent field for a playoff race. You guys know how playoff races go. Once people are out of contention, they kind of stop showing up. But that was a good race. I mean, it was a good race. It was not. Let's put it this way. If it had been for that last caution, I think I would have finished 3rd, probably like 19 seconds back from Jonah.
Yeah.
So Jonah and Eddie really had kicked the crap out of us all night long, pretty much out of the whole field. It was just a late caution, really late caution, because that brought out the green. That was the green-white checkered, wasn't it?
It was like 4 to go.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, so that created the green-white checker. That was the only caution of the race, and now that let us get caught up, and I still had that faster pair in the bank, and able to work there. Luckily, you know, Eddie spun his tires from the start-finish line down to turn 1. So
Too excited.
Hey, do we have a team orders of the race award?
Right.
So is the truth coming out?
Well, supposedly that's why he didn't make that race in Goat Locker.
No, he wanted to win the Goat Locker championship. That was for sure.
That was a death in the family that caused him to miss that race.
Yeah.
But yeah, we kind of suspected when Eddie kind of just pulled over and let Jonah take the lead there after he had walked away from the whole field. You know.
Well, no, the team order of the race is when he hit the wall and allowed me to make up 4 seconds on him. That was the deal.
Yeah, Kieran Church was going under me into turn 1, and I thought he would just do a normal line of just diving right in there. And instead, he decided to just kind of go side by side right into 1, and I went down in the corner and just smacked the wall. That's the second time I smacked the wall that night, so it was not a good race for me. Lots of stripes.
Yeah. Can I just say that if we actually get just from the banter that we've had back and forth between the Indie Autosports guys and these other two,
I can't remember our name. Can't even remember our name.
You don't even know our name. We're the one up front.
Ooh! Shots fired.
Wow. I guess we need to put our name on the back of our trucks so they know who we are.
The banter is so good. Can we actually just next season, all of us have to sit in the same channel and we have to race and we need a recording?
No.
That ain't happening.
Because I say things I can't take back.
I can't concentrate with all the voices in my head as it is.
Well, I don't even like being in the same room with you guys. Fuck, dude.
Oh.
I mean, if I was having to be in a room
racing with Scott.
Oh man, but yeah, I tell you what, that was an ill handling car. I was so glad when that race was over. I mean, I was really kind of disappointed when that caution came out because I just wanted that race to be done. I wanted out of that car. I don't think I'd ever worked so hard in a race ever. I mean, you know, it was just crazy. It was so loose. You were driving it the whole time. And, you know, the guys who were off pace, you know, there was a lot of close calls with them, and they were doing their damnedest to stay out of the way and give room to everybody. But everybody's car was handling so poorly, felt like you were just on ice, just trying to get around people. I mean, just going down the straightaway, the car was slipping and sliding. Insane.
It looked like it was rough from watching the stream because I watched it while I was at work. From watching the stream, it would look like it was just absolute misery.
Yeah, it was. I think me and Jamie were the only ones who ran side by side for more than a corner when we ran about 2 laps door to door, and I think I was braking at the start-finish line going into 1 to avoid hitting him. So it was pretty brutal. When
It's kind of like did you wear your brown pants at that time too?
Pretty much. We were showing ourselves.
Well, if it had probably been anybody else but Jonah, I probably wouldn't have even attempted it. So I was confident with that, and you know, quite honestly, I mean, the race had been pretty boring up to that point. So
yeah, we needed
I was having a blast.
Yeah, I kind of wanted the excitement there, but then I kind of just backed out of it because you were faster anyways, and I wasn't going to hold you up. But you know, we got a shot at the championship, and I definitely didn't want to see us get together and take each other out and put us behind the power curve, try to get into that top 4. So you know, congratulations, you winning that race and punching your ticket, and you know, hopefully Pat or I can win tomorrow, get ours. I feel pretty good about Richmond, so you know, as long as I have a good finish tomorrow night, I'll be happy. I don't really feel like I have to win.
How are you feeling about Richmond?
I'll actually go out on a limb here and back up Jamie. Jamie and I have actually had some official racing really, really close and tight between us. That man is crazy at Richmond.
I mean, Jamie and I went head-to-head for a championship in another league, and he's a tough competitor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't get much time to race with Jamie or Pat anymore, but when I did.
Well, I hoped we would get a lot of time this season. You know, it really wasn't our intention to not race.
No, it wasn't.
No, we didn't really set this up to sit here and watch you guys every week, but
No.
you know, I want to complain that we actually got paying sponsors. You know, they start cutting checks to us. Well,
I just complained about paying sponsors.
You know,
sellouts.
Yeah. So you know, they want their stuff on the broadcast. So you know, we kind of got stuck with having to do this. We couldn't really find anybody that didn't want freaking, you know, I don't know, what were we quoted at one point, $55 for the first hour, $65 for the first hour, and $50 after that, or some crap like that. I'm like, come on, man.
Silliness.
You ain't named Mike Joy. I mean, what? And I'm not trying to say we're like, yeah, exactly. So when we ain't charging nobody for this tonight, but you know, I don't know. I've trying to say that. I will say. I mean, I think we do. Well, we get told we do a good job, if nothing else. So I guess I'll go with it that we do a good job. I've listened and watched some of those broadcasts that these people are trying to charge $40 an hour and up. And they're garbage. They're terrible. They don't even really have graphics on the screen. They don't have anything. And they talk like like, come on, man. I mean,
I found one time where a guy was literally yawning through the race.
He was like, nice.
Yeah, boy, I think that was Friday night, wasn't it?
Actually,
to be fair, like, you gotta be careful with that sort of stuff, because like I work for a couple of Australian broadcasting groups, and I get up early in the morning to go and broadcast American races. Yeah, I'm yawning through the race because I just woke up and it's like 3-4 a.m.
Well, that's when you need to have some Red Bull or coffee or snort some crack.
No, he doesn't need that. He doesn't need that.
I was waiting for the hooker
the last thing he needs.
Oh, could you imagine Scott on crack, dude? That's...
No.
Oh my god. That'd be so bad.
Talking to you guys tonight, man. Let's do this again sometime. How about we go out? Right now. Let's go again.
No.
Well,
I mean, just how you talk so fast when you're angry, it's hilarious to begin with.
Oh, you guys don't know angry.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. The Talladega race. After the Talladega race, he comes in. I'm waiting in the waiting room. I think Jonah's in there and somebody else. He comes in. Jonah gets pulled into the booth here, and then he comes in, and all of a sudden, he just starts flipping out. And I'm dying laughing at this point because I find it hilarious that he's cussing and swearing. And with the accent, I just couldn't help it.
You want to hear an accent?
And then all of a sudden, he's like, "You're a twat," and then he leaves. I'm like, out of the 32 years that I've been on this earth, I have never been called a twat, and honestly, I've never been more proud
to be called a twat.
What an honor! What a honor!
And I still don't know why, because I didn't even go back to watch the race.
Don't bring it up.
He was just mad at everybody at that point.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I can't recall a season ever where I haven't been that unlucky. So,
Watkins Glen.
Watkins Glen is my own damn fault. That's not unlucky. That's my own damn fault.
Well, I tell you what. Since you brought up Watkins Glen. And since he's in here, I want to give a shout out to Joe Yakes because he actually had a pretty good run at Watkins Glen. And the last time I saw him on a road course, that dude was freaking in the grass like every freaking corner, throwing it, pounding on his wheel. He was so mad. It was funny. I was watching his stream on my way to work that night when it was in the Broke Scrubs. You guys were at the Daytona road course, and Joe was just having a freaking horrendous night. And I felt bad for him, and I was laughing at him at the same time because he was freaking hilarious on that camera.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And speaking
That's why people watch the
definitely
stream
not
now.
one of my proudest races, but you know.
Speaking of Broke
Scrubs,
we can talk about Jamie at the Rebels race.
Which one? On Sunday?
No. No,
dude,
let's move
Bristol
on.
was bad.
Let's move on.
Bristol,
Move on.
bad.
That was just as bad for me, man.
Well-
We don't want to talk about that one.
we'll get to
Oh
it.
my God.
We'll get to it. But speaking of broke scrubs, there is a Uncle Greggy sighting in the chat.
Where?
Yeah,
Huh?
well, he's in the chat. He knows where the Discord's at, so I'm not sure why he hasn't come over and joined this.
He's scared.
Yeah,
I'm
I
here.
know.
That's why. It's because I'm here.
Yeah, nobody likes you. Like
Yeah, I know.
nobody.
Nobody.
Like
nobody.
nobody.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, not even my
Like-
own teammates. They all hate me.
Yeah, I like you, Trevor.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I
don't
like
lie.
you a little bit better
It's a
now that
sin
you
to
put a
lie.
shirt on. I mean, I appreciate that shirt. That was nice of you. Yeah.
I mean, Trevor's useful. He gives me like all the strategy tips and like how to drive the track, and after that, I hate him again.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. But I still beat him,
Well,
so I don't care.
Fellas, I hate to run, but I want to thank everybody for letting me be a part of this great league. I appreciate what it stands for all of you that have served in the military or in other capacities. Appreciate that very much. And what a great group of guys. And I feel very fortunate to find a league where guys take the racing serious and they're not just being a bunch of jackasses out there really racing hard, but racing fair. And that's, I think, what a lot of people dream of, being in a league like that.
You got the wrong league.
Shut up, Scott.
Hey, thanks,
Shut
Tony.
your fucking mouth.
We appreciate it, man.
Shut your upside down dumbass mouth.
I've appreciated having you as a teammate, Tony. Thank you. Have a good night, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
good night,
we'll
Tony.
see you, Tony.
Have a
We'll
good
see you
night,
next
Tony.
season,
See
brother.
ya,
Yeah, I
Tony.
appreciate it. I'll be right around the corner, man. Just check in anytime. But I'm getting old and I got things I need to tend to right now.
Just don't peek in my window.
Never have to worry about it.
What?
Oh,
You're a weird little fucker, Jake.
The hell is wrong with you?
Golly.
And it-
I'll be right around the corner. He says, just don't peek in my window.
You don't peek in my window. I've got my dick out.
Okay, hey, before I go,
Hey.
let me see if I can tell you guys a joke. I'll see if I can tell you a joke real quick.
okay, go ahead.
Don't mess it up.
Did you hear about Mickey Mouse file for divorce?
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah, we heard. But go ahead and finish it.
No, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I have a longer joke, but I ain't got time to tell it some other night.
All right, buddy.
Not old Joe. Not you, Joe, but different Joe. Hey, you guys, take it easy.
All right,
See you,
Tony.
Tony.
We'll see you, man.
Tony.
Yeah, good night.
Oh man. And Jake has been called a weirdo with his mom watching. That's nice.
Oh, damn, I forgot about that part. Oh, that's my bad.
It wasn't me. It was. Not gonna lie.
But she probably already knows.
I better not say what I was actually thinking because I might.
Put your wiener back away. This is getting weird.
I don't want to.
I'm looking at all these webcams. That's what you do, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So when do we start
Oh.
busting? Just cue me up.
Oof.
When do we start busting? I
Mm,
mean, it all
mm.
depends on your stamina level.
Oh, this is hanging a hard left. This is hanging a hard left.
Oh.
Get it back under control, Jamie.
All right, here we go. All right, for the second race of the recap, it'll be our other race on Friday. If you guys don't know, Pat and I we race in the Extreme Xfinity Series, and then we turn around and we broadcast for the Flexible Freight Solutions ARCA Series, run by Magic Mike and Phil the Hitman Monzo over there at Original Rebels. That one kicks off at 11 Eastern. Yeah, 11 Eastern.
Yeah.
Pretty good little series. It's kind of got a mix. It's really kind of a beginner series, but there's some good decent. I mean, Jonah's in it, so I mean,
He wins like every other week.
yeah. I mean,
I'm-
kind of
I'm only part time.
picking on the Riri kids a little bit, but that's all right. I mean,
Yee.
if that makes him feel
Man.
good, if that makes him feel
Man.
good about himself, I guess we'll let him do
Jeez.
it. But yeah. So Friday night, they were 150 laps at Bristol, and let me tell you, it was a little painful to watch. 15
Yes.
cautions for 75 laps.
Oh, yeah.
50% of that race was under caution. Our top three were Alan Warnecki with the win. Buddy Jesse Nekula pulled off the second place finish. And Josh the Jet Oswald brought it home in third. Uh-oh. Before I go any further, Jake, you need to tell us what it is you call your mom. Your Mama Ellingson. It better
Oh,
not
my
be-
mom's a bitch.
Oh my
Whoa!
goodness.
No!
Oh my
Whoa!
goodness.
Hey,
But it's
whoa!
okay. It's okay. It's okay. My mom knows that it's near and dear for years and years. I've always called my mom a bitch, but that's because she is when she needs to be. I don't say it with malicious intent to her, but she is.
Yet.
I live 3 hours from my dad, and if I said that about my mom, he would drop kick me all the way from there.
Yeah. I'd be missing teeth.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
I got the sweating just thinking. Hear you say that. Started looking over my shoulder. I was like, I'm hearing like belt clanks, like the belt buckle clinks. And I'm like, oh god, is it coming?
When this is over, everybody's going to call their mom. I'm sorry, Mom. You're the best in the world. I love you.
just for the record, so that there's no misunderstanding, that did come from Jake Ellingson and no one else. But Jake, I gotta say, man, I talk with your mom just about every day, and if she is that way, it is 100% your fault.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not arguing that one bit. I was a menace.
I would like to point out that that Jamie just said I talk with your mom every other day.
That's because
Not every day.
Do you want to tell us something?
That is because Mama Ellingson is a driving force behind Goat Locker Racing.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
That's
Thank you, Mama Ellington.
Thank you.
That woman
Thank you
has
for clearing that
Thank you,
up.
Mama
true
Ellingson.
facts.
that woman has
Yeah.
done more for this league than probably even Pat and I put together. So we would not be anywhere where we're at without her, and she has our gratitude, and I enjoy our chats and getting things done. So thank you,
And
Mama
I know it's irritating talking to us every day.
Oh. I've talked to you once this season, and that was enough.
Oof.
That's perfectly fine, you twat.
Oh, it comes back around full circle. Full circle. It's like a boomerang.
Oh, so continuing on with the recap, we said we got our top three out of the way. Our Geis Escorts pole winner was Todd Schott, and he also won the Gill Insurance Advisors Hard Luck Award as he won the race starting from the 18th position. Wait a second.
Finish.
No,
Finish
I'm
the-
sorry. Finish. I've got my notes are all messed up here. Todd Schott definitely he dropped 18 spots after winning the pole. Got some early incident there that out of contention. The Jam Printing Promotions fastest lap went to Jesse Nekula. Travis Lee Creative Hard Charge Award went to Josh Jet Oswald, up 22 spots, started 25th, finished third. There was 27 drivers that took that green flag. They do get a good crowd every night, every Friday night for that ARCA series. Even when it came to playoff time, they still maintain their numbers. I don't know what's in the magic sauce or whatever that Magic Mike and Bill Monzo got going on. That for all of their series, they really draw good crowds, and not to be picking on them, but honestly, oh man, their races are caution filled. Some of it, like I said, it is kind of a beginner's league, but a lot of their issues are not really beginner issues. Really just some dumbass shit that they freaking do.
Yes.
That causes the problems, and a lot of times it's coming from the same guys that get too aggressive over and over and over again. But
On lap 10.
yeah,
Yeah, Jonah. Stop being a dick. Stop being a dick.
What?
So you have to say it a third time, Jonah.
And Jake, your mom has said for you to fuck off and go back to work. So
Woo!
add some money to the swear jar, Mama Ellingson.
Eh.
So Jonah, you were in the race
I might
Friday
leave in
night,
10
right?
minutes.
Oh, you were?
No, I've only raced twice this season, Daytona
Oh.
and then Atlanta.
I thought you won every week. I didn't realize you'd only been
No.
to 2 of them.
No.
It seems like it, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, man. When he's there, I guess he wins. But yeah, I mean, again, it was 150 laps at Bristol, most of it under caution. But when they did get some green flag laps in, it was a really competitive race.
Oh, yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, Jake, you we're up there towards the front. Ryan Pendleton. Ryan, you being awful quiet. I'd see you still in here. I don't know if you fell asleep or not.
No, I'm just hanging out quiet in the back like I usually am in the races.
Back. And you've been.
Oh my God! Speaking of you, I actually in that Bristol race, I got into the rear end of you a little bit. Ah, that was like a pinball out there. Everyone did it. No big deal. Oh, you got into the corner, and I kind of came in a little too hot, and was like, "Oh shit! Well, I guess I'm parking it in their trunk."
That's what she said.
Oh yeah.
Way too many double entendres going on right now.
Counterpoint, not enough double entendres going on right now.
I don't know how many times I
Oh.
started in the back in that race, though. Like, holy shit!
Yeah, there was several of you that kind of got shuffled to the back a couple times and made your way back up through the front. But, so it was competitive racing. Just it'd just be nice if light would come on for a couple of the guys in that league. So it would really improve racing, which not bad. I don't want to act like it's terrible, but it could be better for everybody else if a couple guys would just get switched on. Guys
You don't
are,
like
guys are
you
dying,
don't like
man.
them being turned off?
Oh.
Huh.
Oh.
That's what I take
Doesn't sound
Viagra
like a
for.
good thing.
Yeah.
These jokes are getting bad. I mean, they're just getting bad.
And for the folks that are watching this, if you guys have any questions or anything you want to interject, feel free to put it in the chat. Definitely.
Or make fun of Scott.
Yeah,
'cause
absolutely.
What are you wearing, Scott? Are you wearing jorts? Are those like jean shorts? I mean, what do you got going on over there?
Scott, you're muted.
We can't hear you. You're muted.
No, don't tell him that. No, why did you just say that?
Wow, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. If you thought this was getting a little bit quiet, it's now being fixed up in here.
Fuck you, Jonah.
Yeah, he was kind of sitting off in the corner, just chilling.
I think he was
You had to
looking
go
at
wake
porn,
the
not his
fucking
phone.
beast up, man.
No, I'm playing
Maybe
solitaire.
Yeah.
Are you
sure.
rubbing your thighs?
Yes.
That is. Oh.
These board
Oh,
shorts,
yeah.
they're used for swimming in the beach because we actually live like a couple minutes away. I mean, I could go and get my my budgie smugglers on if you guys want.
Oh,
Your
Jesus
what?
Christ.
What the hell is that? I'm actually curious now.
Speedos.
No,
Speedos.
Jake.
We call them budgie smugglers.
No, Jake, no. No, I was gonna turn my webcam around, but it's not like I can't see it if I just turn my webcam around. Fuck, I'm retarded.
These are just board shorts.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
I think Joe turned off the camera.
To Twitch
Did
chat,
you turn off all the cameras?
I definitely apologize. That is not an image that most of you needed to see, but these guys needed to be reminded that dirty talk gets you down these rabbit holes.
Shit, we got another Gordon fan in here. Dang.
Hey, he either went from Gordon and then he turned into a Brad Keselowski fan. Like, I mean, yeah.
Well, hold up. Brad K is one of the most patriotic race car drivers in the field. He's the one that supports the troops the absolute most.
I mean,
Him and Penske Racing.
You
I
have
like him off the track. I don't have to like him on the track.
right. Yeah.
He can be a
Kinda
good
like-
dude and still be a
And he used to drive the Navy car for Junior Motorsports.
Well, yeah, that's when
Yeah.
he was cool.
Yeah.
So I like me some Brad K.
Okay. You have some good valid points.
Brad K is awesome.
It's still bad. It's still Brad K.
Anything Penske is no.
Well, he's not
Well, who
Penske
do you
anymore.
follow
Yeah,
then?
he's
I
not
mean,
gonna be
you
driving
know,
for
you
Penske.
can't say that about
Yeah.
Ryan Blaney. I mean, come on, right? Like,
Mm.
All right, gentlemen,
Okay.
it's time for me to check out and go to work.
All
have a
right.
good one, Jake.
Was
How's
this
your
your,
Jake.
family, man?
this your
Have a
last
good one,
night,
man.
Jake?
Oh yeah, I'll be on first next week, so
All
I'll
right,
be
man.
racing a lot more.
All right, I know.
Awesome, man.
Super
I know that
stoked.
feeling. So go knock out that last one, and we'll see you, man.
All right, have a good one, guys.
All right.
See ya.
Good, Jake.
So Jonah, answer the. Who do you follow then?
Obviously, Goat Locker Racing. It's on his hat.
Right.
Shut up.
I even got the signatures.
Man, I'm so pissed you got that hat and I don't.
Hey, where were you last week? Where were you for Wilkesboro?
Why you keep ducking my question, Jonah?
Dinner
Why
for
you
my
keep
wife.
ducking? Why you keep ducking my question?
Dinner with my wife.
What was your question?
Who do you follow in NASCAR? You're Penske. You
Well,
don't
it was
like
Earnhardt, and then it was Junior, and then now it's just kind of whoever.
But
I like Christopher Bell because he's from Oklahoma. So
Okay.
Oh, what? Come on.
Seabell's a good.
You're gonna pick on Brad Keselowski and Penske, but you're gonna go for Christopher Bell?
yeah, he's from Oklahoma. I got to support the local guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No wonder I got in the back of you tonight.
And he
That
drives a
right.
Toyota.
It's the bright
Yeah,
colors.
right. I mean, come on.
You thought it
Yeah.
was clean up and.
But I do like Seabell. I mean, he's a hell of a driver, and all the stuff he's done in the Dirt Series and everything else that he's done. I mean,
Yeah.
that kid's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I'm kind of to the point where I just enjoy watching talent. I like watching Kyle Larson, but I wouldn't say like I'm a
Oh, yeah.
fan. I just like watching him race. So, but yeah, my
All
driver retired. So
Yeah.
My driver died. So,
Who? Kenny Irwin?
mine too.
no.
Adam
Davey
Petty?
Allison.
Oh,
Davey Allison.
dang! I didn't know you were old enough to. Davey Allison.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember the day he died. I was like 6
Yeah.
years old and I cried my eyes out. Like
Yeah, it's okay.
my grandpa that like yeah. Well, we were also born on the same day, just different years, so that was kind of cool when I found that out. But Davey, if he would have stayed alive, Earnhardt wouldn't have 7 championships, that's for sure.
All right. So that brings us to our third race week to recap. Yeah, we got to do it.
Oh, I
So-
want to hear this. Can we
man.
get a clip?
It's-
Can we get clips of Jamie's stream? I want to see the stream.
I'm probably just going to give it. I'm probably just going to rehash it right here for you live, man. I mean, I'm
No, I
still.
want to see the actual clip and your reaction during the race.
Yeah,
You don't
what
want
we
any
need.
part of that.
I probably.
Hey, what was this? I
You
gotta
don't
go look
want
this up
any
now.
part of
What
that.
was this?
Oh, go
Goat
back.
Locker.
Go back and look
They're-
at Sunday's original the Rebels Sunday Night Trucks.
The
It's
Bristol race.
yeah, it's on there. I mean, I probably should have deleted that one, but yeah,
No,
so,
it's got to be raw, man.
no,
Raw
it,
and unfiltered.
it was raw. So yeah,
Do you
so,
understand what it's like to try to race and then out of nowhere it's
Okay.
like this motherfucker, and I'm like, oh, what? What the shit just happened?
Hey,
hold on.
That's our team chat,
Hey,
pretty much. So.
and I don't know what he's talking about because when it's happening to him, it's the same damn way. But he acts like I'm freaking like something special. I do something unique or
Yes.
something. Nah, he is the exact same way.
No.
Mama Ellingson, am I not telling the truth? In
Oh
fact,
no, we can't bring in third parties.
in fact,
to this.
Mama
That's not fair.
Ellingson has a swear jar for you now because
For me?
Yes.
Originals.
yes,
The birthday bash.
How much do I
Are
owe?
we talking about the birthday bash?
Can I make payments?
um, it was
I'm
on
probably pretty far in debt.
it was on Sunday night.
Don't pull it up. Please don't do
No,
that.
I'm not. Well, I'm not going to play it because it wouldn't come across.
I can't find it.
Apparently, it's all about how I say motherfucker. It's all in the way I say it. Oh,
That's not on YouTube.
yeah. Well, there should be one on Twitch.
Yeah, it should be.
There should be one on Twitch.
Which deletes mods after a couple days, so that
Well, it's
potential.
14
Four-
days.
14 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arca?
No, you're getting closer though.
Sunday Rebels.
It
Sunday
would have been
Rebels.
Sunday. It should have been 5 days ago.
Yeah.
4 days.
Well, the only one 5 days ago was Magic Manzo's Arca series.
That was Friday. That was a Friday. So
If it was 5 days ago, then it might he might not have updated the
well, if
title.
the one from Friday. Oh well. You know what,
It might just have the wrong title on it.
That could have been too. Not that I didn't update it. Restream didn't.
Yeah, sometimes the app
yes.
doesn't.
Sometimes
Yep.
Restream screws up.
Sunday,
but-
Sunday. Original Rebels Racing League.
Yep. There you go.
Past broadcast. Yeah.
Nah, it's at Atlanta.
Oh
Damn it.
no.
Mhm.
I want to find this. I want to see this.
Oh, it was crazy. So anyway, we had 160 laps at Bristol. Now we did quite a bit better, even though it was a shit show. We only had 5 cautions for 30 laps, so that was definitely better than ARCA Series on Friday night. Top 3 finishers: Garrett Kinder, Zach Wetstein, and Christian Deadman. Geis Escorts pole winner was Zach Wetstein. Grand Prix promotion fastest lap went to Garrett Kinder. Travis Lee Creative Hard Charger went to Alex Veith. He made up 24 spots, started 28th, finished 4th. The Gill Insurance Advisors Hard Luck Award went to Aaron Adcock. Lost 23 spots, started 7th, finished 30th.
Oh, poor guy.
And we had 33 drivers take the field, take the green flag. So we always get good fields there with the Rebels trucks. They've had actually fields before. And 33 trucks at Bristol, and we only had 5 cautions. So that's really pretty good. Now my night was a freaking disaster. Lap number 1. I'm pretty sure it was lap number 1. I don't think we'd even completed a lap. Yahoo's up front. Up at the front of the pack, freaking start banging off of each other. Then, I think, where did I start? 12th, I think. Me and Pat.
Way back in the field.
Pat was a couple spots behind me. We basically started mid-pack, which I had a terrible qualifying effort. But, I get the truck woed up. I'm slowing down. It's chaos, but the seas are parting until some freaking asshole decides he's not going to hold his brakes, just freaking rolls down the track from the outside, just rolls across, completely closes up the hole, demolishes my truck.
I found it.
Yeah,
I'm watching it right now. Flap 2.
Yeah, so lap 2. Yeah, I'm not gonna call out any names, but just so you know, I mean, if he's watching, probably not watching, but if he does watch this, just so you know that I know what you did, dumbass. Hold your freaking brakes, But no, he rolls down. I freaking had to use a fast repair. The truck was just smoke was pouring out of the truck, and it just pissed me off because I was slowed down, was avoiding everything, and then that was just totally out of my control. So started right there, lap 2, having to use a fast repair. We get going, we get back going under green. In towards the back. I'm towards the back now. I don't know what we get in, maybe 10 laps this time, maybe something like that. I don't really remember. 2 more Yahoos get together. I'll give them that. It was a racing incident. And sure enough, one of them turns the other one. I had absolutely nowhere to go. Tried to avoid it to the outside. I really don't understand where all the damage to the truck came from, because it seemed like it was kind of a side swipe as I was going around them. But of course, iRacing, trucks sometimes seem like they're made out of China or something. I don't know, but it's got motor problems. I didn't even make it back around to pit road. Luckily I was able to coast it in because the engine blew before I ever even made it to pit. So here we were, less than 20 laps in the race. Both of my fast repairs gone, freaking gone, right? And usually we only get the 1 fast repair. Luckily at Bristol they gave us 2. So get going, restart. Right. In fact, actually, I went a lap down. Down on that. That put me a lap down. So restart. I'm in the back. I'm just at this point, no fast repairs left. So I'm just take it easy. We get another caution. Somehow I miss this one. I avoid it. First one I've avoided. Right. Well, no, I didn't completely avoid it. I got hit, remember, Pat, because you were asking how did I get the lucky dog, because I was pissed off screaming on because I did get hit, but when I got hit, the caution hadn't actually come out yet. So I got hit, but was lucky enough to get the lucky dog. So I got back on the lead lap. Then after that, we had this a big long run after that. In fact, we were probably pretty close to making green flag stops, believe it or not. but I'd worked the truck all the way back up.
You had done a really good job. I remember watching that, going, damn,
Yeah,
he's driving up the field.
Yeah, you were in there. You
It
said
was awesome.
You said Jamie's on a mission, and
Yeah,
I'd driven the truck back up to the top 5. I think I'd fallen back to 6th late in that run because I'd driven the shit out of it to get back up there. Kind of crazy, but yeah, we get another caution. Again, I wasn't involved in it, so awesome, cool. Pit, get tires, get back out there. We were inside of 20 laps to go at this point, and I come out of pits, I'm 4th, right? Freaking hell of a recovery, right? And I'm leading the points. I'm leading the points on Sunday night. So I'm sitting here telling myself, I'm like, you know what? If I can just finish right here, this is a great points night, man. And if I end up winning this championship, I can point back to this Bristol race. Out of all, fast repairs gone inside of 20 laps, getting a recovery like this, I could point to this as being a race that freaking really made the season, right? Feeling great about it. Green flag comes out, we restart, right? I'm restarting 4th, and it's all.
That's a good spot.
It's all good dudes. It's all kind of top of the league.
Start on the outside, maybe.
Starting on the outside, top of the field, top of the league is up in this top 5 for the most part, right? And so you're feeling confident, right? Feeling like, all right, this is all you gotta do is just take care of this. Everything's good. I'm not looking for a win here.
I'm waiting for the M. Night Shyamalan twist to come.
Yeah. So we go, boom, we're gone, right? And it's spread out. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty
Here it
decent.
comes.
Fucking goddamn freaking, I can't say, I'm not gonna throw his name out there. The damn 22 truck gets loose. He gets loose on his own. No one hit him. No one was even pressuring him. He gets loose on his own in the middle of 3 and 4, right? 3rd place goes to the outside. I go to the outside. This asshole had plenty of room to get that truck down to the apron, keep it down on the bottom, whatever the case was. Yeah, he's going to give up some spots. Oh, well. Same thing happened to Pat earlier in the night. He freaking got loose. He exited at the bottom. He didn't freaking ruin people's nights. But no, this asshole decides he's going to try to freaking save this big-ass slide. And what happens? We all know what happens. The truck snaps back to the freaking right and just
isn't that what Trevor did tonight?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's my fault, but Trevor did the same thing. So.
Well,
I did.
We all know Trevor's an ass. But
yeah.
Freaking, of course,
that's why I got a hot wife.
Right. Yeah, well, I guess, man. Either that or deep
Are
pockets,
you
one of the two. So
I ain't packing. I'll tell you that much right now.
Maybe you got money. I don't know.
No.
What in the world did we do with the cameras?
We lost Pat.
We did lose Pat.
Who's lining up behind the 79? Someone's driving. Someone's driving.
He's rewatching Jamie's broadcast, I think.
I was. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I got taken out, man, and that freaking ruined my night.
Where'd you end up finishing?
Shit, somewhere around 17th,
I know it's shitty because it's on my phone.
Yeah,
Am I drunk or is it blurry?
It's blurry.
A little blurry.
She is smoking,
way out of Trevor's league for sure. Trevor
pretty much the whole Indy Autosports team waits for her to walk into the door. Trevor, could you turn your camera on? Your wife's on. Can you turn your Trevor on? Camera on.
Maybe one of these days I'll just leave it on in the morning when she wakes up. You guys won't want that anymore.
Does she shotgun a beer when you win a race?
She probably would if she was home. Yeah, she's badass, dude. That's Joe.
Remind me, there's a story about interviews that I have to tell later.
All right.
I sure did.
So that I had to, when I pulled up beside the dude under caution, I came down and definitely made sure he knew I wasn't freaking happy. And what do I get? What did I get? The response? What was that for? I don't know. What do you think it was for, dumbass? You freaking completely ruined my night. And to me, it was a selfish move. It was totally uncalled for. And it was by a dude that normally I've had a lot of regard for, I guess. He's usually a pretty good dude, but that was just it was a selfish move.
Jonah, what'd you do to him? Why'd you do it, Jonah?
What was that?
I didn't mean what.
Oh, right. You never thought kindly of Jonah. That's right. Okay, never mind.
Oh, no. It wasn't Jonah. Yeah, so luckily I'm now tied for first with the points. So I figured I would have dropped like a rock after that, but it's bad. Hopefully, I don't even know where we're at with that. Hopefully this week will be better.
It's all right. Eddie lapped the field at Bristol.
Oh, and the Outlaws?
No, in the Cup Series.
Well, damn, if he lapped the field, they must have had some green flag run then.
Yeah, I think it was what, 3 or 4 cars on the lead lap out of like 30-something, 38 cars or some crap like that.
Didn't we run Bristol this season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell?
We had a decent race at Bristol.
Yeah, Eddie won that race, and I retired out of that race because I got like 17 black flags in a row for some reason. It was glitching out or something.
Where the hell did I don't even remember what the hell
You were
I
on the
did.
podium. You were on the podium at Bristol. I know that one.
Was I?
How much beer are you drinking when you?
Bad thing is I don't drink beer. I drink whiskey.
No, that's even better.
Yeah.
Well,
Jack Daniels.
what in the world has happened to Pat? I can't believe he hasn't come back.
Did the internet go out? Yeah.
Oh, his computer shut off.
So he got the overheating issues that you had, huh?
I hope not, man. That was terrible. And that
Bad time of the year to get it.
Oh my gosh, man, that screwed me out of
the
first day of race at the Xfinity Series. It cost me there, and then it cost me in the first playoff race at Dover. All because I guess this thing water cooler that came with this computer had shit the bed and this overheat. Got that fixed. So
it's probably one of those Australian water coolers that runs backwards.
You know what? That was probably explain why it was making all that racket. If you get it under the down in the southern hemisphere, it probably runs fine.
It's gravity fed, man. Gravity fed.
6 points, man. Damn, I just seen that.
Well, that was the difference?
Yep.
6 points. Wow. That was a close finish, man. And you guys had a great season. Definitely nothing to sneeze about.
Oh, I've sneezed and cried already. 2 weeks ago, and then I won a race, so yeah.
All right, so I guess we beat Bristol into the ground there. So then that brings us to Monday night, Magic Monzo Street Stocks. And that is a true beginners league that we broadcast for. They capped that at 1,500 I rating and below. There are still a couple guys that are sandbaggers that I think continue to tank their I rating so that they can get into these fields that do show up for that race. But they've kind of limited that a little bit. I think they've talked to those guys, been like not telling them they can't run, but telling them not to run full time. But let some of the guys have a chance that are out there learning. But they did 55 laps at Charlotte. And I gotta be honest with you, I got out of rookies as fast as I possibly could when I got on iRacing. So I think I did like 2 races at Charlotte. That was like 4.
Well, you must be pretty new then to iRacing.
Well, I got back. I think I had been on iRacing once before. But yeah, it was last year. Me and Pat, when they started doing the stuff on TV during the lockdown when NASCAR started racing. So I texted Pat and we're watching this. I'm like, you guys are doing. They don't look all that good. I think we could be competitive out there. So got back into it and been a little over a year now. So but we had a lot of experience with NASCAR, 03, all that stuff leading up to it. iRacing is really pretty much still the same thing as that, just a little bit better dressing on it now. But as far as the cars, it's really not a whole lot different. A little bit different with the setups and what it used. Things you used to be able to do to the car back then don't really work now. Probably more realistic now than what it was back then. No. But anyways, like going out with it.
You were at the Monday night.
Yeah, Monday night. Yeah. So, oh yeah. Well, so anyways, was the rookie class? That's what I was talking about. The 2 races I ran at Charlotte, all it was freaking pin it on the bottom. And it was stay in line. It was like super speedway racing, except with street stocks, and it was just a wreck fest. And I was like, I'll just get through rookies at USA. I ran a few more races at USA till I could get out of rookies, and that was just the end of that. But what I noticed was the other night, I don't know if it's from tire model changes or what the deal is, but the street stocks, they didn't run that way. Charlotte, they actually pretty good door-to-door racing, and you guys put on a pretty good show. Kind of caution filled. It was 7 cautions for 28 laps. Top 3 was Travis Beaver, Colton Lanford. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if you guys have ever caught any of our races that we do where we've on Monday nights, and we've had an opportunity to interview Colton Lanford at the end of it. We interviewed, he's a young guy, young Air Force guy. First time we interviewed him, he finished 3rd. It was his best finish ever in a race. And he was so dang excited. Hey, Eddie, weren't you calling that race with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He was so excited he couldn't feel his hands. It was kind of like a Ricky Bobby moment. What do I do with my hands? But yeah, I mean, it was me and Eddie felt good just listening to this kid, how excited he was over finishing 3rd. Yeah, we all like take that for granted for the most part, you know. Yeah, all right, I finished 3rd. But man, he was so genuinely happy. It was awesome. I really can't wait for this guy to pull off a win, and he was really close to doing it Monday night. Finished 2nd. He was running for the lead. Him and the leader were running door to door, and he was maintaining on the outside with 0 help. The leader had like 3-4 cars lined up behind him on that inside line, but Colton was able to hang on door to door for several laps. Honestly, until really the 2nd place car kind of got up to him and doored him and put him up in the fence, which gave him a little too much damage to be able to stay on that outside at that point. 3rd place finisher, before I get too far off, was Chad Bassett. Then our Geis Escorts pole award went to Travis Bieber. Travis led every lap of the race from the green to the checkered. Jam Printing and Promotions fastest lap award goes to Charlie Gates. The Travis Lee Creative Hard Charger award goes to Colton Lanford. Gill Insurance Advisors Hard Luck Award went to Sam Wetstein. Sam started on the outside row, lost 18 spots, finishing 20th. And there's also a running, I want to call it a joke or a jinx, whatever you want to call it. Brandon Wallace, who 99 truck runs on Thursdays with us. He runs in that. Well, actually, no, he doesn't run in that league, but he's usually always in our broadcasts on Monday nights. And he knows Sam. He really pulls for Sam, but Brandon always makes a comment about Sam starting on the front row and it being a jinx. Sam starts on the front row pretty much every week. It is a jinx. Something happens to Sam within probably the first 10 laps of every race. He starts on that front row. Hit him again. Got him the Hard Luck Award. Justice in that. 21 drivers were in that field on Monday night. Good sized crowd considering the type of league that it is.
I really like leagues like that. Where there's a couple, the ARCA and the Street Stocks is really cool just because you got guys who normally don't get to run up front maybe get a chance to, getting a win, and it's always good, especially in a league that size, to have something like that. So I'm really glad they put those on.
Yeah, and I definitely am always cheering for the underdog guys. I want to see those guys have opportunities to feel some success. Because let's face it, iRacing gets tough, man. So beginners in like on a race like tonight, or beginners in on Friday nights. pretty much 5 of us on Friday nights that are going to be up front every week. Some of those guys don't ever really stand a chance. Good for them to have those leagues. Uh-oh. Scott Rankin continues his re-ups his sub. We appreciate it, Scott. We're up to 3 months, man. Do have those call it the emoji for the loyalty or whatever. So
yeah, they kick in.
Yeah, so
3 months, I think. So
you should get you should have something up there now for you. I don't know if it's
it'll kick in shortly.
Yeah,
it won't kick in. Yeah, it's not immediate, but it'll happen.
Yeah, so the stages are, if I remember right, the stages are like a wrench, a fuel tank, wrench for like mechanic, fuel tank for being a fueler, air wrench for being a tire changer, and I think you get a headset for being a crew chief. I'm not sure if we went past that because we haven't been around long enough to open the spots up. So yeah, so it'll be pretty cool to be able to see that.
I haven't logged into Twitch in months.
Yeah, Joe, I know you got off Twitch and went somewhere else. Seems like you've been having a good time with that. Been seeing your posts.
Oh yeah. I moved over to a platform called Glimish. It's a much smaller platform, but it's more community driven and having a lot of fun there.
Awesome, man. Me and Pat are really late getting into this game, and kind of like old dogs that really can't learn new tricks. We grasp on what there's a lot of like support for. We've been able to make our way with Twitch because you can plenty of YouTube videos and stuff that you can watch. So smaller stuff like that, probably you got to do a lot of input stuff for yourself with that. So I don't know how well we would do in that sense.
That's just plug and play, but yeah. Look, I understand it.
I got that. I hope it didn't die. All right. So that brings us to last night. We started a new series, broadcasting for a new series last night. Last night was the first race. Believe you me, it showed. No fault of theirs. It just things went bad for them right from the beginning. iRacing was causing a problem for them for some reason. Their session that had been previously set up kept disappearing. Really weird. It would be there 1 second, and then you go to click on it, and then disappear. Took them quite a while to get that sorted out where we could even get in. But this new series, it's the Maple Ridge Racing Series. They're running super late models, all on short. Well, no, it's not all on short tracks because they're running New Hampshire next. That's a mile track.
Still short track.
Well, by the rules, anything under a mile. It has to be under a mile to be. Anything a mile above is a speedway, and then 1.5 miles are super. Despite what Nashville call itself. Anyways, last night they did 35 laps at New Smyrna. It was supposed to be 50, but with I guess they decided with the issues going on, they cut it down to 35 laps. They only had 2 cautions for 10 laps, which I thought was really incredible considering it was a brand new league. They didn't run any recruitment races prior to the start or anything, so that was the first time a lot of those guys had raced against each other. And not only did they keep it clean, but they kept it really competitive. It was a really good show. The top 4, Ryan Pendleton was in that race, so Ryan bailed out on us too.
I think you're skipping over like how important it is, especially for new leagues. Like a lot of those guys, it's about pecking order, it's about shakedowns. So whenever you get a new league and a fresh set of rules, this is something I talk about in my commentary and whatnot as well. These guys are going to work out their pecking order, where they belong, who they can race, how close they can race to each other. So that's phenomenal. That's a great start for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Really one of the cautions, the first one that came out, it really got compounded because the guy had an issue and he was doing the best he could to keep his car out of the way of the rest of the field so that everybody else could get by. And what ended up happening was the wall just grabbed him and flipped him over on his lid. And that's what brought the caution. Yeah, that was our buddy from Original Rebels that came over with that. That was Jesse Necula, and Jesse's one of those guys I was really pulling for him because he was running up front, and Jesse's never won a league race, I was really pulling for him, and unfortunately that happened. But again, it just shows you what a class act he was because he was really sacrificing himself. Like somebody else should have done at Bristol to not ruin anybody else's race. Now, I'm sure he didn't intend to get flipped up on his lid, but that would all of it. But anyways, top 3 for that last night was Christopher Morse, Michael D'Amico. Pat couldn't say that name all night. After he was told how to say it, he kept calling him D'Amico, and it's D'Amico. And then third place was our own Goat Locker Racing driver, Ryan Pendleton. He had a really good showing there, and like I said, top 3, they were fighting for that. All 3 of them were in contention to win that race. They fought hard and kept it clean, so hats off to those guys. The Geist Escorts Pole Award went to Christopher Morse, and he led every lap, although he was pressured by several drivers. Nobody just could get past him. The people that got to the outside and ran door to door with him, but he did lead every lap. Grand Prairie Promotions fastest lap went to Jonathan Dickerman. Traverse League Creative Hard Charger Award went to Jared Audette. Gained 4 spots. Started 10th, finished 6th. And the Gill Insurance Advisors Hard Luck Award went to Jesse Necula. As we talked about, he had the incident, brought out the first caution. He lost 10 spots. Fell from 3rd to 13th. They did have a small field. It was 13 drivers that took the green flag. And it is a new league. This is guy that's running it. Bless his heart. He told me he would have 15 to 20 drivers every race. Like, okay, we'll see.
He would have had one more if he didn't charge me $10 to race.
Well, I didn't realize I did not realize it was a paid league. Because if I'd known that, I'd have probably put that in the post when I said something about it. Because I definitely wouldn't want to send people over there intentionally in that. That'd be a surprise,
okay. So have we got another league or something to go yet? Because I want to get into the podcast. There's a lot of chewy bits that you kind of brought up throughout the piece that I kind of want to break down for a whole bunch of people as well.
Well, we'll wrap this one up and then we'll get to that stuff. This is the last one. I mean, we got tonight, but everybody knows what happened tonight.
What happened tonight? Come on.
Well,
what happened? Yeah.
I
want to hear how you talk about us.
I mean, I've been waiting all night for this night, all night, and then just been hanging out, chilling, and that's it. That's all we got. Have a good week.
I mean, Scott's itching at the bit. He's got stuff he wants to talk about, but
no.
We'll give a rundown of tonight. I mean, look, this is what happened. All right, Trevor got raped by Jonah, sent to the back, had to use his fast repair early. Came through the field. Like a madman.
Eddie, did you get tires there?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
How did I drive away from you? Like, I was like, man, he must not have taken tires. He must be saving those tires.
Well, that's why I was saving tires, because I took tires. I did another Pocono where I had to save tires because I only had one more set.
Yeah, no. When I noticed that you were behind me when we came to that restart, I was like, all right, well, I expected to see that big old bright fucking grill on my rear view the whole time, and then all of a sudden I'm like, where the hell is Eddie at? What's going on with Eddie? He must not have taken tires. He was smart.
No, I was just trying to be patient. I didn't.
I had no patience tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. After that wreck, I felt I kind of let it get to my head, so I was being kind of a bitch, to be honest.
He's quiet all night. I had to talk to him. I was like, man, why are you so quiet?
So
Trevor was the opposite. I'm sitting there like Trevor's like, 10 laps to go, man. I'm so nervous. I'm just like, Trevor, you've driven away from the field all night. Just calm down, zone in. You'll be fine.
Look, man, that restart after you had to use your fast repair, that restart, I don't remember how far back you were, but you were a ways back. And I even brought it up. I was like, we'll have to keep an eye on Trevor as he works his way through the field, right? And then it was like, I blinked, and you were third. That fast you got through that field. It was crazy. I couldn't believe how fast you had made up all that ground, and then you were, every lap, you were knocking the lead off of Jonah. When you got to third, you were like 3.6 seconds back, and I kind of went and did a little walk through the field, try to talk about everybody. I don't think I quite made it. That was kind of my bad tonight. But anyways, I look back up, and you were then like 2.6 seconds back. You'd made up a second on him. Really not that many laps. So you were flying, man. And then so
yeah, but go ahead.
No, I was just saying you didn't have nothing to worry about, man. I don't know that anybody really had anything.
When I got to second, so I have a crew chief and a spotter, and they help me a lot. Same with all my team, but I didn't feel like I was catching Jonah, in the screen. I was like, man, am I catching him? They're like, yeah, dude, you're knocking him off. Just keep on going. And I'm like, all right. And I never really seen what the gap was to start once I got around Ryan. I think it was the 18 truck, and then I felt like once we got to 2.6 seconds from behind him, I was like, man, I was sitting there thinking, like, I really need something to happen to bring him back to me, because once we go through, if he pit, I had to pit right then and there. We were just losing so much time on a long run, so luckily that caution came out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think tonight was actually one of those really, really interesting races. Like, I know from my standpoint, like, I've been kind of wound up all season since Pocono. I've just sort of had this burning fire underneath me, and we all, after Watkins Glen last week, I overdrove the truck to hell and back. Like, there was no way that I was finishing that truck where it was. I made one mistake, and then all of a sudden I was trying to overdrive the truck to make all that time back up. So last week was like a really good opportunity for all of us as a team to just sort of come together, settle down, and go, hey, there's 1 week left. Let's all back Trevor in a little bit here, support him, see what we can try and do for him. We reset a little bit. And honestly, it was probably the most fun tonight that I've had in a race ever.
Really?
Yeah, because we were all just chilling. We were all vibing. We were making jokes the whole time. There was no pressure at all. The pressure was off.
Till a certain point where I told everybody, shut up.
Yeah.
It was one of those restarts. I got around Jonah on the outside, which I appreciate you didn't slam the door on me on one. I forget which one it was, but there was one of them. I was like, he's got me cleared. He can slam the door, and he didn't. I think I poked my nose right in there, and he stayed low, and then I was just like, I gotta send it. Like, I was full send mode tonight. That's all it was.
The respect level here is so high for each other, and that's what makes it different from every other league out there, and that's why I love racing here. And ultimately, Eddie and I chatted off the Darlington. You remember that, Eddie? We were like, oh man, I wasn't sure if I left you enough space there going into turn 3 and 4. And I was like, you probably pinched me a little bit. I think I calmed down a little. It was one of those up in the. Every single time that any of us got together this season, we all talked it out. We're just like, man, that's racing. Sweet, let's go again next week. And that's the best part about it.
Well, I mean, it takes people to realize that shit's gonna happen. Like, about in any league, you've got to know that if you're gonna race and have because I want to race around people that I'm going to have issues with, if that makes any sense. Because if I'm not having issues with you, that means we're not racing, and we're not racing hard. So whenever we race hard and you can be clean, we're never going to be perfect. And so there's going to be times where shit's going to happen, and I'm going to wreck somebody. I'm going to wreck the whole field at some point.
Darlington.
And it means that if everybody can just relax and just be like, okay, that was a mistake, we'll move on and continue that up, and where it doesn't become some bullshit every week like Jeff Bodine or Earnhardt type shit. Where
oh man, those are epic days.
I'd
but
like
it's not epic to be a part of, though. You know what I mean?
No.
No, you don't want it in the league where you're
DW
just having
Earnhardt.
fun.
I mean,
I'd like to drag Joe into this at this point in time because Joe's got a really good insight from this. For those of you who don't know, I met Joe back when I started iRacing April last year. And me and him met through a mutual friend, and we were racing in this league called Integrity. And Joe just lost all his fire. He was just not enjoying his racing last year, and a lot of it was just that you were just getting driven through and not respected on the track.
Yeah. Well, that's like the Rebels, and this league is just sort of an extension of Rebels, and so they have the same shit where it's like, hey, you can race around folks like Trevor, Scott, Jonah, the Goat Locker dudes, like all that, all those guys. There's so many in the Rebels League where you can just race as hard as hell and not wreck. We were at Richmond in the Cup race. We were 3 wide for the lead at Richmond, coming off of turn 2. Like that,
nice.
you don't get that anywhere.
No.
That's why I keep coming back, because it's impossible. You go on an official race, you're 2 wide coming off of 2 in Richmond, and the whole field's wadded up. So
yeah, it's a fact. That's pretty cool, man. I like that.
But
from what Scott was saying, like this league is probably, and I'm not saying this just because like I'm a part of this league and this is a podcast, but like in all honesty, this league is probably the most fun league I've ever been a part of. Like just the racing here, yeah, it gets tough, and I flip people off all the time. I get pissed off. I mean, it's you know, why the hell are you running me like this? But then after the race, I go back and think like, dude, that's what racing is. Like if they just pull over, like, you know, what fun is that? Like you have to drive around that person. So
yeah, and you're driving a 3,500-pound vehicle right to the very edge of its limits. I mean, mistakes are going to happen, you know.
Yeah.
And there's people in this league you can't race like that. You know what I'm saying? Like in every league. In every league, it's the same way. And I think it's one of those. It's always an interesting thing because there are some folks that though they can race around driver B and C can race around each other, but you can't race around driver B. So throughout the whole field, you've got this weird grouping of folks that race everybody differently. You know, obviously I race Jonah a whole lot different than anybody else because he's a teammate. Well, I've never had any problem with Scott. I don't know.
You have.
Have I?
Yeah, Texas.
What happened?
He
I don't
blocked
remember.
you. Was it you? It might have been Jonah actually. Then with Texas coming up the last couple laps to go or something. Sanderson blocks you all the way from the top, all the way down to the apron, and then halfway back up the track again.
I mean, that's racing in the last few laps. I don't
really hold that against people. Yeah, I don't know. If people race me hard, it's cool. Like if it causes a wreck, like if it comes down and just keeps coming and comes across my nose like that.
Yeah, but me on lap 1 at Watkins Glen, that wasn't cool. Whoever did that.
Well, the way I look at it, the leagues like this that are tight knit and have a good core, those problems take care of themselves, right?
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
well, we tried. We tried. And like a bad
Sanderson said he wasn't coming back.
Like a bad penny. I mean, exactly. And I don't have a problem with Scott. And to be honest with, didn't it all start at Pocono?
It did.
Okay. He got.
Hang on. So let's go back to Pocono, and because the actual broadcast from Pocono, I went back to have a look at it from what you guys saw, and I wanted to hear what you guys had to say because I needed an external perspective, and I needed that external feedback to judge. So basically, I run down. So he takes his tires at the first stop. I think it was lap 25 or something. So he's 35 laps or something to the end on old tires. He's not no Eddie Smith, whereby it's most of the race on those old tires. No, it's just. Anyway, I run him down. Trevor's 5 seconds, 3 or 4 seconds. It's something in my rear view. So I know that I've got 3 or 4 laps to get past this guy before Trevor's going to be on me, you know, and then it's just set sail off, cruise it to the end, right? So I've got control of this race, and I felt comfortable, and then I come up to Sanderson. And I know old tires is going to be difficult to get around him. We've got 5 laps to the end of the race, but I've got time, right? I've got time on my side, and I'm willing to give him time. Coming out of 3 and 4, he pinches me a little. I show the nose down the inside. My spotter says to me, car right. So I'm thinking, all right, this guy's going to give me a little bit of space. I'm going to get on the entry of the corner here. No, he blocks. He keeps coming, and I literally have to back out or turn him. All right? That's chance number one. You get your chance number one. He probably is. Maybe his spotter didn't say something. Maybe he wasn't aware. Whatever. First time I've raced the guy. We go down into turn number one. Same thing. I get a reasonable run. I get enough draft that I get back underneath him again. Pinches does the exact same thing down in turn number one. Well, we come to turn number two. This time, I am at his rear wheel. Yeah, and Trevor's just creeping up. He's just demolishing time out of the pair of us. And I'm there this time. He can't go anywhere. I am actually underneath him. And then he turns himself across my nose, and then later on pins it on me. That's where I draw the issue. Yeah. Oh, you can't pass through turn two. Yes, you can. You can pass anywhere, at any track, and drivers in this league are good enough to do that.
Yep.
And the guy saved it, and then the caution flag come out as, whatever. Look, I mean, that's iRacing rules. We're all racing on the same sort of, But then for the guy to come back and call me out, that got under my skin. You're intentionally wrecking everybody. No, I'm not, man. I'm out here trying to race everyone else the same as I'm trying to race, Eddie and Jonah. And that's what really got under my skin. When somebody calls you out for intentionally wrecking, it's like, dude, you don't even have all the perspectives yet. Go back and watch the perspectives, then you can say, yeah, the guy was intentionally wrecking. I have no problem with, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pocono was our third race of the season, right?
Was his first race too? I'm pretty sure.
No, it wasn't. He came out and whipped ass at one of the recruitment races. Okay. It wasn't. I'm pretty sure he was there for all the first three races. We knew that he was going to be a force to reckon with, because when he came out in the recruitment race, it was like, oh, dude, this guy's got like a 5,200 I rating or something stupid like that. Like, I mean,
we want to see that. We actually want to go racing with that kind of a guy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So first race was Vegas. He wasn't there for that race. Vegas was 67 laps. We had 4 cautions. Okay. No, I'm sorry. We had 1 caution. We had 1 caution for 4 laps.
We had 1 caution on the first lap.
Hi.
Yeah. All right.
Indy Auto Sports drivers learn to drive around each other.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay.
I literally don't even remember the Las Vegas race. It's not even in my mind. I don't even remember participating in it.
Oh, I remember it.
The next race.
It was really good fun, actually.
It was a good race. Yeah.
Next race was Bristol. We ran 106 laps at Bristol. 4 cautions was all we had at Bristol. So that's 2 races.
Most of them were at the end.
Yeah, 2 races into the season. Over 100, almost 180 laps worth of racing, and we've had 5 total cautions. Okay. So we get to Pocono, and that was probably combined more cautions than we had in the previous 2 races. Pocono's just one of those tracks. It happens in real life. And this
those
guy,
were the end of the race too.
What was that?
Well, no, there was the one at the start.
There was the one at the start, but then after that, it was all at the end. It was like big race in the middle, and then book ended with cautions.
He sent me a message, and that it pissed me off. He sent this message basically bashing the quality of the racing, and I'm like, dude, we're 3 races into this, and we have had very few cautions. The 2 previous races, I'm pretty sure we had green flag pit stops.
Yeah.
And both of them.
Green flag pit stops. We had 2 green flag pit stops in that race.
Absolutely. Yeah. I said, what are you talking? And then he tried to say, well, that doesn't necessarily mean the racing's good just because blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm not seeing this, man. The races have been good. They've been fun to watch. They've been competitive. He was basically bashing everything. And again, he tried to say you dove into him on that corner. I'm like, dude, he was there. You had your nose underneath him. It was not
It's the same thing. Hang on. If I was to do that to you, Jonah, turn to a Pocono, you're on older tires. Yeah, you're going to block me. Yeah, you're going to race me hard. But as soon as I've got my nose there, what do you do?
I got to give you the line. I mean, I'm not gonna drive you down into the grass.
Eddie, Trevor, Yakes, every single one of you. What are you going to do?
I'm going to race you hard, but I ain't
going to go 3 wide.
I'm gonna put Patrick, and I'm gonna pinch you off the corner.
Yeah, 100%. I expect you guys to compromise my line, right? I expect for you to make it difficult, but as soon as I've got the car there, I've got the car there. That's the long and short of it. And this was the 3rd time that I tried to put the car there.
Yeah. No, I totally, Scott. I totally agree. I was pissed. when I saw this message from him.
Talked about it. Yeah, we had words about it.
I told Pat about it. I showed Pat what he said. I'm like, I'm not putting up with this. I mean, he told me he wasn't ever coming back. He tried to say, well, when you guys get better or whatever, then I'll come back. I was like, no, you're not. I was like, if this is going to be your attitude, I don't want you here. And I kicked him out of Discord.
Dang.
I don't know
I
don't know how he came back in. The next day, he's back in Discord. I'm like, well, shit, I thought you were leaving. How'd you get back in? So, I mean, I don't know. But
change the locks next time.
I guess, man. Again, man, trying to teach old dogs new tricks. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with this thing. If there's somebody smarter than me that knows how to do it, let me know. But honestly, we really haven't heard anything out of him since he came back, which is something I don't like either. I would like for everybody to interact in the league. I'm not saying everybody has to like each other, but
no,
I think
that's not gonna happen.
Like this stuff here tonight. I mean, this back and forth stuff is good.
Eddie hates Indy Autosports, so.
Yeah, they're so trash. I thought Sanderson. I thought Sanderson, by the way he drove, was part of Indy Autosports. To be honest.
Yeah, no.
Eddie and I talked about this. Eddie and I actually talked about this because I asked him about it. Yeah, there was something. You said something along those lines. Was it Eddie or Jonah? Jonah might have said something.
I just don't know who's part of what. So
Yeah. Anyway, so like, what was the next race? Was the next race
Texas.
Vegas? Next race was Texas, and it was Dega. Yeah. So it's Texas and Dega. So we go into we're in the last tire stint, and I'm catching Sanderson, Jonah, Eddie. All three of the guys. I'm catching them, and then I get a run. I get past one of you guys, and Sanderson's the only other guy that's ahead of me. I get to the middle of 3 and 4, and for those of you who don't know, 3 and 4 at that track is flat out. You don't lift until you're on really old tires. We're 2-3 laps into a run. The guy checks up mid-corner.
Yeah, I remember that.
I had to stomp on the brakes. I overheated my tires. That was it. My race was done.
Yeah.
On the flip side, I had a really good race with him at Watkins Glen at the end. So I don't know. I think this probably sounds like. What?
I can attest to why he lifted at Texas is because at Texas, Sanderson hit it a lap before we did, and we were I think the top 3 or 4 trucks were probably the only ones that made it a one-stop race, and we were saving fuel both runs, and that was the only way we were going to make it. So and Sanderson pitted a lap earlier, so I think he was short on fuel unless he saved.
We were good on fuel. There was no way we were good on fuel there.
Jonah, like I remember this was one of our team meetings after the race. Like, we were sitting there, and he's like, "Watch this," and he went in there and he lifted, and
he was out of the
3 laps before that. 2-3 laps before that, flat. 2-3 laps, 4 laps after that, flat. 3 and 4 all the time. It was. Seriously looked like an intentional fuck you to Scott. Like,
I think I'm not sure if it was Jamie or Pat I sent a video to, but I said, go back and watch these 3 laps, these corner entries. So I was like, okay, look, the first, again, it comes back to that. I'm willing to give people a mistake, right? Because we all make mistakes. Every single one. How many of us made mistakes tonight? The whole field made mistakes tonight.
Tonight?
Whole field. Yeah.
I didn't make any mistakes.
Jonah didn't make a mistake.
He did it on purpose.
Exactly. It wasn't a mistake. He said, "You gonna get me? I'm gonna get you."
Well, I don't know.
Eddie was right. Team order to break him. He's pushing me too hard.
We've had too much. We've had too much good racing. There's too many good folks to single out just one person and talk shit about them for a while. I don't know.
I got a couple people. I mean.
Yeah, Eddie and Jonah. I know they're here.
No. Honestly, I can't say anything because the only time I actually had any issue with either one of them, I felt like was Darlington. But then I talked to Jonah afterwards, and I was like, "Hey, man, what was up with Darlington? Like, what happened there?" And he's like, "I don't know. I didn't mean to do it." And I was like, "All right, yeah, I get it. Darlington's Darlington. Like, you're all gonna get your stripe. I mean, the only thing that sucked about that whole incident was I got caught in the wall, and
yeah, which is exactly what happened to me at Charlotte.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I was above you, and you were coming in below me in the turn 3 and 4, which is where you would normally pass if you're going to pass in a turn. And it just got tight on both of us. I got into the wall and you got into me, and then you had the short end of the stick of getting stuck in the wall because of iRacing's physics. So
Yeah,
it's kind of a shitty deal.
honestly, I don't. What?
No, go ahead.
I don't remember, and like it was in my mind, like I wasn't gonna try to pass you on the entry of a corner. Like, I mean, usually at Darlington, it's one of those like give and take things when you have respect for other people. Like, I was just gonna try to get the run coming out of 3 and 4 and going, hope that you would kind of lift a little, breathe the throttle a little going down the front straight, and then we could get through clean. I mean, that's how I would have done it. That's what I kind of expected, but I did not expect for you to go up high there, and I was just trying to run my lane. I wasn't. And then when I seen you go up into the wall, I was like, oh shit, and I got out of the throttle, which tightened the truck up, and I was just like, what the fuck? And then you came down, and I was like, I expected you to stay up in the wall, being the competitive. I feel like you two have a lot of talent, so you bounced off the wall, and then
it bounced.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about that. I mean,
no.
Well, I liked Scott's idea of everybody saying what their favorite moment of the season was. I thought that'd be a really cool way of kind of talking about it. So I don't know if y'all want to do that, or I'm not.
Playing in the Corvettes.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
No
Corvette. It has to be
the 6 hour Glen,
Scott.
6 hour Watkins Glen, because so again, we were just bantering before we jumped up in here, but Jonah and I ended up in the same split, the 6 hour iRacing official 6 hours of Watkins Glen, so that was a blast. It was good just shooting shit, picking each other's brains, having fun.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, babe.
Speaking of Trevor, hi.
Favorite moment.
Come say hi.
Probably be
yeah, come say hi.
Talladega.
But I didn't win the championship. But
yeah, that Talladega
race was awesome
for you.
Hi.
Hello.
Really?
See, punch
yeah, definitely. What was my favorite? Go ahead, someone else go, because I
just want to talk about that. I want to talk about that Talladega race again, because that was badass. That move at the end that you made.
That was probably my favorite moment of the season, because I typically hate plate racing because it's such a fucking lottery and wild card, as you could see with everybody getting taken out.
Yeah, I got a second. Yeah.
And
yeah, pretty cool.
When Tony Mitten restarted behind me, he had a blown engine or something. His engine was down on power, and we got the restart with, I think it was a green white checkered, and with his engine being down on power, it checked up the whole field, so it ended up being just a 3-truck race for the win. And I hung back, and then on the final lap, coming out of turn 2, I drug my brake a little bit and backed the truck up about 2 or 3 truck lengths. And Eddie was like, I don't know if you're going to have enough time. And I was like, well, I don't know. We got to try something. And sure enough, I got such a huge run from backing it way up that coming down the front stretch into the freaking triangle, man, I had just enough speed to whip around Brandon there at the very end. And I mean, I got him by maybe an inch or two at the start finish line. That was wild. I didn't think that would actually work. And it ended up working.
It's not hard to get Brandon Wallace by an inch or two, though.
Man, he's not even here to defend himself.
Oh man,
so.
That's one good dude, and man, he takes a lot of crap off of Pat. And, but he keeps coming back, man.
I know he's fun to race around.
I like Brandon.
Yeah.
I think my favorite was definitely Darlington. Darlington was
a ton of fun.
That was the coolest
difficult.
finish I've ever been a part of. It was so fucking awesome racing. I can't remember everybody that was up there, but I just remember Cody.
God, yeah.
Cody was up there, and so I'm forgetting somebody I know, but I don't have a good.
Was it Cruz?
Maybe.
No, it was Eddie, Scott Sanderson, me.
Oh yeah, it was
Cody.
Scott, yeah.
And at one point, I just remember rewatching the broadcast, and Pat was literally speechless. He was just grunting during the broadcast because he was speechless, man, because we were going side by side.
Yeah.
For 3 or 4 laps, and he didn't think it was going to stick, and everybody up front made it stick. It was a fun race.
Yeah,
Because
that was my favorite moment because that's the one I remember vividly because I just remember being like, "Holy shit, dude, these motherfuckers can race, dude." I just remember being like, "Dude, Cody is a killer. I love
Yeah.
it." So
Me and Cody were on old tires, and you and Scott had new tires, I believe. It wasn't by much. It
yeah,
was like 5-lap newer tires, and
it
it
definitely
made
wasn't
such a huge
fair.
difference.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't fair.
It
But
was such a huge
I mean,
difference.
Cody drove his ass off. I mean, we went down 3 and 4 side by side, and nobody was doing that shit. And he slid up and got my left rear, but I was able to hang on to it, and just badass racing, man. Like when you go back and watch it, and you're just like, dude, that's fucking badass.
Yeah.
That's the good shit. So
There was a lot of fender banging going on in that race, and people were holding on to it.
Yeah.
Can we just say like what a great season Cody actually had? Like he for me was like a really quiet performer, but he did. I don't think he ever about his best performance, his big standout performance was Watkins Glen, but he never had a bad performance except tonight, and that wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, his internet went out.
He's one of the guys, and no offense to anybody else, don't take this the wrong way, but he's the guy that I'm always looking at whenever we hop in the server to see what he's doing. Like I said, everybody's super fast, and I don't mean that as like a knock on anybody else. But
he came in the server tonight, and he was like, "Oh, Cody hasn't put down a lap yet. Okay, I see how it is."
I mean, he's just so damn fast.
He was wanting to know what was Cody's lap. What was Cody's lap?
I should have been worried about Trevor, shouldn't I? But no, if Cody wouldn't have his issues, I bet he would. And if Cody would have made every race, he would have been fighting for the championship easy.
For certain.
He was still fighting for it. I mean, realistically, maybe not the championship, but it was like tonight. There's 3 other people I was watching because like it was either I finished first, second, third, or fourth. I mean, like really at the end of the race, and that's what I think I really liked about this league was if you wouldn't have been, had your issues with missing a race, like there was actually 5 people that could have switched up the whole top 5 tonight if we all would have ran differently. I mean, that's so cool, honestly. Yeah.
The best part about this league is that you can say, well, you've got so let's go over them. So Jonah, Eddie, Trevor, of course, in order of importance. So Scott Rankin. So Eddie, Jonah, Trevor, Yakes, me. Mike actually Mike is coming to the goods. He's getting better and better every week, so don't count him out. Alex had some great finishes. Cruzy, Cody. Who else was up there? Radel's very quick on fresh tires, so he's always a shot. Pendleton surprised me actually. So there's 10 guys that can actually potentially win a race at any stage across the season. I don't know any other, and remember, I'm a commentator as well as Jamie as well. I work with a different group. I don't know of any other league that can say that except an IndyCar league. There is no stock car leagues that we cover that can say that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, if we can get Pat and Jamie out of the booth, there'll be more
competition. Yeah, there's 12.
There's
12 cars that can win a race.
That's the biggest shame about this whole league is those 2 are in the booth. So. Because
I love racing those 2 guys.
Well, see, I haven't gotten to race Jamie enough. Like, I don't like the Darlington race is the first time in a while that me and Jamie have been side by side or around each other.
Yeah.
We usually either have one of us, I have trouble, or he has trouble, or some bullshit. But
I was so glad he didn't catch me at Charlotte.
Oh man, shit! You put on a clinic that night, man. There wasn't no catching you.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite night.
Yeah, man.
I mean, tonight, it's kind of hard, right? Like, I got Charlotte, which was a great night. I went out there and delivered, but to me, it's got an asterisk next to it. Eddie wasn't there. Like, honestly, you can ask the guys. I was like, yeah, I won, but Eddie wasn't there. That's the one guy that I want to hands up beat. Like, and I feel like his program at mile and a halfs are similar to my program at a mile and a halfs, and I felt like it wasn't the win, right? Well, like tonight was the win because who did I have on my rear bumper at the end of the night? Eddie. Eddie was right there. I don't know if it was Scott, Mike, or someone else in our room at the time, but they were like, dude, if you're so lucky that caution came out because next couple of laps Eddie was making a move on you, and I was like, really? Because I was so focused on trying to hit my marks and everything else, and then those last couple laps, I seen you could get runs coming out of the corner better than I could, which was probably just me trying to get as far away from Jonah as I could. But tonight, it's hard to say.
You were the better driver, man. Like you made all the right decisions. Like if people think of like raw speed as like the thing that makes it that's most important, but it's the full thing. Like I mean, y'all talk me up way too much because I mean I make so many mistakes. I make so many bad decisions that are a part of it.
Right.
Like okay, so taking
only
like
Pocono was your mistake you made, but I mean honestly that
we have more races whereby we only get one tire set and 2 stops because that race was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was awesome. I loved it.
But no,
other
like
than Eddie,
like Trevor, you made the right decision of driving up through the field, and like I took it a little bit too easy. Man, that was the difference. Like it was the right decision. So tonight, you were the better racer. Like there's nothing you can say about that.
I appreciate that.
Because you didn't have me out there punching the holes for you like I did at Charlotte.
That's right.
And then when I get you back to the front, you just leave me.
Yeah, you were like my fullback. I was following your ass.
Yeah, and then you just stiff arm me right into the freaking dirt and ran on, or you just went on for the touchdown.
I just remembered what my favorite night at moment of the season was, and I think this really got back to me about how important the spirit of this competition is probably actually Talladega, and it was when Eddie's behind me. He's like, "Come on, Scott, we're going for the win."
Fuck Talladega.
That to me, as soon as I get that from one of our leading competitors and one of the guys that's racing us the hardest, that is the health of the league right there. It crosses team boundaries. We both recognize that we're in the same situation, the same boat at the same time, and work together to make our night happen.
Well, and that's why I put into the rules that there, if you're going to be on your teams, you be on your teams. That's fine, but there will never be any team scoring or standings or anything in this league because you saw what it caused
Detroit, right?
over at the other league. It caused a lot of animosity between people, and I don't know, man. It's just not something I want here.
I have a different standpoint on that. So what Jamie's referencing is the drama in other leagues. Yes, it was caused partially by having team standings, but team standings, I think, are really to take a solo sport such as this and integrate it into teams. Like Eddie and Jonah will tell you, you work harder, you learn things from running with your teammates and those sorts of things. So I definitely still think it's an important aspect. I think it's the way that rules were applied and the mindset was over at that league, and I think people took it too aggressively was the biggest issue. So. And it was about getting back to where the mindset is. And I have the same feeling that will happen here probably a year from now. If this league continues in the same, we're going to get to that point where people are just like pushing too hard. Somebody's gotten their nose out of joint at some point. It's about reining that back in and controlling that right throughout the point. And it's not about picking out specific points that are flash points. It's about generating that correct mindset the whole way through. And that's what's going right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll be honest with you, we copy almost everything we do from the original Rebels League, and it's zero tolerance. You're either going to conform with the culture, or you're gone. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how good you are. I mean, Matt Geis, he's the one that runs that league, and dudes freaking do some stupid shit, and they see their way out the door. That's just the way it is. We will do the same thing. People that come into this series will conform to how we do business. We're not going to conform to somebody else. So if people want to come race here, they're going to have to fall in line with you guys. It's that simple.
So there's one person that hasn't told us his favorite race of the year, and it's Joe Yakes.
Well, I really only had one shining moment this season, and that was 3 wide for the win at Pocono.
Yeah.
That's a good moment right there, dude.
Right.
Can I just say as well to everyone else, I'm to be able to be in the group and to be attaching myself to you guys every week. Every single time I'm out there on the track, I'm learning. I've only been I mean, Jonah will mock my accent here in a minute, but I'm an Aussie. I've only been oval racing for just over a year. So for me to be up at this skill level, I'm watching everything you guys are doing, and I'm learning every week. Yeah, I'm gonna win. I haven't got a podium this season, but next season you put that check mark in that box.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you because in Australia they race ovals backwards, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do with right turn.
That's not a joke. That's like legit.
No, we actually don't. No. We have dirt stuff over here. Dirt sprint cars
they
are
do
really big over here. Yeah, and it's left turns. No asphalt stuff, but
Interesting. But so I mean, I thought it was a great season. If I have any knock on the season, any frustration, it's been the lack of car count. You can look in the number roster channel, and we have probably handed out 60 numbers.
Yeah.
But tonight was one of our biggest fields in quite a while, and I think we had 17 guys.
It was the biggest one since Talladega, I think.
Yeah,
Talladega was kind of a crapshoot just because we had so many guys show up for that one race, and it was like it would have been cool if all those guys showed up again, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
no problem.
because it's Talladega, it's one of those tracks. Yeah, anybody can go out and win. That's great, but
just to roll the dice.
But if you're gonna come to a track like that in a league, like, keep showing up, please.
Yeah.
Like, don't come out there and ruin it, because it kind of ruined Indy Auto Sports race. That
right.
Having certain people, and I don't know their names because they never showed up again, but we had certain people that were running up front, and they were running half a lane in each lane, and Joe was up there in the lead, and I was yelling at Joe, like, Joe, fucking go, dude, we gotta go, like. And I think I was behind Scott, and Scott was trying to push him, and Joe's like, I can't go anywhere. And of course I can't see it, but he's like, this guy's running half of the second lane, half of the third lane, and he's got his damn arm out in the fourth lane. Like, there was just really nowhere that we could go. And then they didn't, that's why Talladega was such a crappy race for me, because I felt like that was the one race that Indy Autosport, like, we worked together to get. And I'm not just talking.
We worked together that race?
Yeah, before that race. Before that race, like, we even had other guys that are part of Indy Autosport come in to help us practice for that race, and just to try to get practice with running around people and trying to, because the bottom line is always the line that everybody goes to. Everybody always guards the bottom line. So we wanted to practice running up on the third lane. Like, if we're going to make these moves, we're going to have to know how to make that third lane work. So we had all kinds of people come in and actually help us try to get those lines running. And it was just, you get these one-showers come up, and I wish that it was bigger, because I think that maybe then the points championship would have been a little bit different, but it was, it is what it is. We all get paid the same for first place.
And
nobody's saying don't show up for Talladega. That's not what we're saying here. We have no problem with you guys showing up at Talladega.
Scott,
come back. Joe's talking.
To that point with the Talladega, like you mentioned, like, I was leading our team on the outside, and I'm trying to get a run on this guy that's, like, moving up and moving down, and, like, every time I'd peek to make a move, I would get blocked, and so I had to check up. So I was like, well, I can't make the move, because if I make the move here, it's going to cause a wreck. And lo and behold, someone from behind me just charges up through the field and says, fuck it, 3 wide, and just wrecks all of us.
Pretty sure that was Scott saying.
And it's just like, I'm sitting here like, you can't make the move here because they're blocking the lanes. There's nowhere to go. And someone else just like, yeah, I don't care. I'm just going to go in because I'm just showing up for this one race.
Yeah. That's why me and Eddie were sitting in the back listening to classical music.
Well, it's on the core. Like, this is the first season. There's already a core that's been built in the league.
Right.
The first seasons are always like that pivotal moment of, like, finding, is this league gonna have any like traction or whatever. And there's a really, really good core that shows up every week. And that's the most important. I think that's already been accomplished. I think there's a lot of respect that goes around. And as we get a few recruitment races, one or two every once in a while, like the fields will go up. You don't want to do Talladega every other week to try to get big fields,
No.
So I think the core has already been established. I think if we can figure out a way to get Patrick and Jamie out of the booth more often, I think we've got a good group that can have multiple seasons and add folks along the way. But that's just the way I feel about it. I think that's the most important thing. Even if we come across with 10 to 12 drivers, if they're really respectful of each other, they like racing around each other, they race hard, and they're all competitive. To me, that's a damn win. So,
yeah, I mean, I'd prefer no Talladegas on a schedule myself, but
Come
on, man.
I
You've won,
agree
like,
with you
10
100%
Talladega
with
races.
that. I mean, Pat, I'll be honest with you, Pat probably pretty much made the schedule for this season. I just.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna push all the blame on
Yeah,
Pat?
No, I
he
just
threw it right under the bus.
he said let's do this, and I was like, yeah, whatever, man. We got a whole lot more things to worry about than what tracks we're actually gonna be running at. So we just threw that out there. But I will say, I don't. Talladega, Daytona, the plate tracks, those are races that everybody feels like they've got a shot at. So that's why you get these guys that will just show up for these, and then you never see them again. And, I don't think we actually added anyone to the league for that. I think it was guys that said they were going to run with us and never should. That's just what they showed up for.
There's like 5 or 6 people that you added that week.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. If you go back and you look at your announcements where everybody came in, there was a lot of people that showed up through that week, and it was like, whoa, look at all these people. All right, cool. I thought, hey, this league's taking off. Like, I mean, and it should because this is really one of the best leagues out there that I've even. I mean, I watched some of them on YouTube when I'm bored or whatever, and like Caution City. I mean, I don't want to watch that kind of broadcast where but you go watch ours and you get door-to-door racing up front, in the middle, in the back. Like, I mean, there's just, the cool thing is you have all these different levels of talent, and there's a level for the front guys, there's a level for the middle guys, and there's a level for the back guys, and for the most part, most of them are respectful of each other, and, the slow guys know they're slow.
Oh, okay. Calm down. Don't talk about me that way.
I don't know, maybe put in like a minimum start rule for the plate races. Like you still have to show up for 2 or 3 races, or you don't get to run the plate race.
That's a good idea.
That way you don't get these random yahoos in that don't care about everybody else racing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, and honestly, that was one of the things I wanted to bring up is, we definitely need input from you guys. Move forward. I know I've posted a few weeks ago I posted kind of a framework for the next season, what the plan is. The rest of the month of August we'll be recruiting. We got pushed back a week because we had to postpone a race with the iRacing, that whole EOL issue thing. So we're a week late getting started on the recruitment. But all of August will be recruiting. We'll start the next season back up in September, and we're going to end it by Thanksgiving. Okay. I really feel like one of the reasons why our fields have not been as big as they are is simply because it's summertime here. I know it's not summertime for you, Scott. All right.
I don't know. I don't necessarily think that the time of year really actually has maybe too much to do with it. I mean, consistency, maybe.
I'm seeing a lot of guys that were here, and then they're like not showing up, and it's like, man, why? We've reached out to some people, and they're like, look, man, it's summertime, we got stuff going on with the family, blah blah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
So we don't want to run into the holidays. So we're going to end the season, and we'll have a playoff at the end. I forget how many races it's going to be. It's probably going to be somewhere around 12 or 13, I think. But we'll run until Thanksgiving time, take off from Thanksgiving through Christmas. After the new year, then we'll start the cycle all over again, and maybe run a little bit longer season after the first of the year. We'll see how that goes. Or we talked about maybe just doing something like fun runs and stuff from January until the Cup season kicks back off, real life kicks back off, and then maybe we run like mimic the NASCAR schedule up until like the summertime again, and then shut it down from there again. But
what do you guys think of points your way into playoffs? Because there is one league that I do broadcast, and it works quite well for them because it rewards consistency over a big win.
So you're saying so you're saying a win doesn't get you into the playoffs?
It guarantees you nothing. Yep. It gets you, all a win does is get you playoff points. That's it.
Okay.
That's why Rebels does it, or certain Rebels
Yeah.
leagues do it. I know the Xfinity, the win didn't matter. It was all about points.
Right.
Up until the final round.
I think there should be. I get what you're saying, Scott. I do think wins are important. I mean, because look, a win.
I agree.
A win in real life gets you into the playoffs, right? But the reason why Xfinity doesn't do it is because Logan's concerned that people would just win the first race of the season and then they don't show back up again until the playoffs time. Well,
yeah, but I mean, you should make a minimum of races. You have to start before you can.
And that's
if you win a race, then and you don't come back until then.
Right.
You don't start.
You do a minimum race start and a minimum points position standing too.
Yeah,
like, double it up, and then say, hey,
really
if you're below 20th in points or whatever, you're not in the playoffs or something.
And I agree with that because here's the thing, obviously real life gets in the way. None of us are professionals. Cody is a prime example of that. I don't know if all y'all know what Cody does. Cody's a lineman, right, for the electric company. Okay, so Cody is
on call
on a regular basis. And if storm comes through, doesn't matter if he's on call or not, he's on call, right? So Cody's always getting pulled away, especially during the late summer, fall months down here, because Cody lives about an hour from me over in Alabama. And so when it becomes hurricane season, not only has Cody got to worry about storms that come through here, but anything that comes east of, I think, Texas, comes into Louisiana, Cody's got to go help. So, he gets screwed a lot by just real life stuff. So, on one hand, I definitely see the need to have, a consistent showing, and there needs to at least be a minimum race attendance to make the playoffs. But at the same time, I think win's important, and a guy like Cody shouldn't get screwed. And let's be honest, Cody kind of got screwed out of Xfinity, although he was late to the season too.
He started late. He started right after I did.
Yeah. So but he rattled off a few wins, but didn't make the top 12. So fortunately, kind of got screwed out there. But yeah, so we definitely gonna look at doing something along those lines. But what we got to do, we really need. I want the field to grow with the right people.
We got to do whatever's best for the field.
Yeah. I don't want to fill the field with problems. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, I want a big field, but I want a quality field. So I'll take the quality over quantity, but we definitely want to grow. So we need your guys' input on. What do we need to do to make that happen? I've heard that Thursday nights are an issue. I don't know when we could really move it. Tuesday night.
I actually have to bail. I'm really, really sorry. I have a work meeting that's going on right now. So I just wanted to say big shout out to everyone. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasurable season, and I really cannot wait for some of the fun runs and next season to kick off. So
gotcha, Scott, man.
See you, Scott.
See ya.
See you, Scott.
See you later,
Good
man.
job.
See you, Scott. I actually won't be able to run Thursdays starting in like mid-September.
Okay.
No.
What about Tuesdays?
No.
Nah, Tuesdays and Thursdays are kind of my busy nights.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I was hoping you were gonna be like, what about Monday?
Well, see,
that's what we were. Yeah.
Yeah. See, me and Pat. We've gotten, man, it's funny when I hear Scott, when Scott said I'm a broadcaster, I still don't feel like I don't feel like this is like I belong doing this.
You're great at it though, dude.
We just kind of, we fell into it. and now it's kind of paying the bills. So we have the league we broadcast on Monday, on Wednesday, Friday night. Yeah, so I don't want to move this to the week. Oh, we're in September. We start our league on Saturday nights that we're broadcasting, which I don't know why I ever agreed to freaking do that because damn college football is starting up. I'm a freaking idiot. But yeah, so we don't really have many options to be able to move from Thursday night. Really, Tuesday night's the only night we could.
Yeah,
and that don't sound like that works for anybody either. So we're kind of. Yeah, I hate that you're not going to be able to run, Joe, but I mean, run when you can, I guess,
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to see you not be here.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
What time do you have that commitment?
8:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I mean, I'm open my wife knows Thursdays are like my night. That's my night. So I mean, I'm down for an earlier start time, but I know that kind of hurts other people in different time zones, and I mean,
I could do me it wouldn't bother us to start early, but I know I think Jonah's mentioned that before 6 o'clock would be tough for him, and I'm talking about Central Time there. So
Yeah, that'd be impossible. Getting off work at 5 and then dealing with traffic, you wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to make it. Probably. I mean, it just depends.
I mean, you could always get your priorities straight and just say screw working. I mean, and focus on your racing.
pay him to race.
Yeah,
pay him to race. You said you're making all this sponsor money, so
I agree with that.
It ain't that good, man. It ain't that good, especially not with.
Nah.
Pat likes to spend money. Pat likes to burn through money with hats and everything. As fast as we get it, he likes to.
And vacations.
Me and Pat must be cut from a similar cloth.
You know what, Jonah? You bring that up. I better check
like
our
to spend
balance
money,
after
too.
all these vacations he's been taking. I don't know what.
Company expenses.
I'm still waiting on the damn hat.
I know, man. I'm gonna do my best to get it sent out to you tomorrow. My kid just now got.
Eddie wasn't. I don't know how Eddie gets the hat. He wasn't even there at the end of the race to accept the hat.
Hey man, a win's a win, baby. I'll take it. I just don't want. I just don't want no COVID on my hat. So don't send me no COVID.
No, I ain't gonna do that. But man, I tell you what, I don't tell you. He didn't. I did have to take him to the emergency room last Saturday, but man, he was in and out of there in like 15 minutes.
What, dehydrated or what?
Well, nah, he was doing fine, honestly. He just had like some cold symptoms for like the first week of it, and then late last week it kind of started turning, started running a fever. He threw up a couple times. Then Saturday morning he woke up and he said, "I think I've got pneumonia," and he just hear it in his throat. So I ran him up to the emergency room, and he was in there for like 15 minutes. I threw him out, said he's got bronchitis, gave him some antibiotics or whatever. But man, that was bad. That got real bad. I really thought we were going to end up. He was going to have to be admitted. But finally, Tuesday, he finally started turning the corner with. But man, yeah, his O2 level was getting down there, and it just pisses me off. I mean, 'cause, he's 19 and stubborn hell about getting vaccinated. Both my wife and I are, and he's like, "Oh, it still don't stop you from getting COVID." Well, I don't know, dumbass. We all were just sitting at the 2 Braves games, and I'm sure that's where he got it at, up in Atlanta, being in that crowd. But my wife and I are fine. I mean, he was not feeling good. I was kind of not feeling good too, but she went and got tested and was negative. So I don't know. I'm not. People can make their choice to do what they want to do. I'm not sitting here saying everybody should go freaking get vaccinated. If you don't want to get it, don't get it. Choice. But I don't know. Just being stubborn about it and then watching him go through what he went through for nothing.
COVID's rough, dude.
It is,
COVID's
man.
rough.
Feeling better.
I've been there through that. Me and my wife both got it on her birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Uh.
been there, still suffering from it, kind of in a way. I mean, shortness of breath and shit, and financially, I'm not even gonna go there. It don't matter. So, but speaking of my wife, she's home. She's been patient enough. Let me talk to you guys for a while.
Yeah.
Jonah, Eddie, appreciate all the hard racing. Joe, appreciate you throwing it 3 wide at Pocono, taking home the W.
I'll do it again.
I know you will. It's all good. Jamie and Pat, if you were here, but you're not because you never came back. Must fell asleep, old man.
Something, man.
Thank you guys for putting this on. Hopefully we can all get out on track. You can find someone who will go up in the booth for you and put on these races. My family loves watching it, so they say you guys do a great job. I watch you guys. You guys do a great job. Can't wait to go watch the broadcast. My wife wants to watch it because I won. So,
Right on,
thank you,
man.
everybody.
Yeah, good job this season, man, and congrats on that win tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, my man. We will talk to you later.
Yeah, see you.
I think
I'm gonna get going as well. So.
Yeah, I think with that we're gonna wrap this up. So I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me tonight and doing this. I think it went well. Continue to do it. So maybe other people will join in as well and get a big old party. So for everybody watching, thank you for hanging out with us, and you guys. Been a great first season for Goat Locker Racing. Can't wait to get the next one started. So we will talk to everyone later. Have a good night.
See ya.
See you later.